Let's fucking go.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and you're very welcome to episode number 50 of The Hope Show, a weekly live stream dedicated to collecting pop culture, movies, TV shows, and specifically 6th scale selectings, beginning to feel a lot like summer over here. And what I mean by that is it didn't rain today in Ireland. We have Dan in Carbonite, we have a new fresh face, Jim Collector, we have Jose Plus, aka the Fact Checker. I wonder who he's going to destroy tonight. We have Eddie Money Mendez, thank you very much for being here for episode number 50. We have Ancient Silver Fox, purveyor of all things Modu Case, and we have Mike L. How are you doing, guys? Thanks very much for joining.
All good, Shane. You?
I'm all right. I'm actually on a good now, Buzz. I'm things are good. Summertime. Last show in a while though, a bit bummed about that, but I'm sure I'll get over it. You know, we'll have August to look forward to. Will we kick the show off with? Will we let Jim? We'll let Jim choose, will we?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna put up a grid here. And you're going to choose what we're going to talk about first. We'll just kick the show off like that. And then after we will address the chat. Thanks very much for the 32 people watching live. Jim, you want to pick one of those things there and you can decide what we're going to talk about.
Always wanted to give this a go. Let's go with the Iron Man top middle.
Iron Man top middle, yeah, no problem. Okay, just want to make sure I can find that. So this would be the special edition. I'm not sure what this is called. Iron Man black and gold suit. Right, so we get this going. Yeah. All right, Jim, you're up. Give us your thoughts on this. So this is announced and it's been released, I believe, and I believe it was limited. What do you think, Jim?
It looks splendid, I have to say, if that's a word for it. It looks really nice in terms of colorways. It's a really nice looking colorway to have, especially for Iron Man. Just he's something a bit different. This version as well, especially, I really do like how it looks. But yeah, I mean, other than that, he is just a colorway though, so I haven't got much more to say on that. It's hard going first. I've just realised this because normally you have.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's. I think you're doing great. Is it like something that you'd be interested in, or is it? Say again, there, Jim. Sorry.
It's something I'm contemplating getting that. Oops. Yeah, I'm contemplating getting this one, but I'm not convinced just yet. We'll have to see.
Gotcha. Has this one? I think this one has been released yet. Does anybody know? I think it's been released, but has anyone confirmed that?
Yeah.
It's out, yeah?
Yeah, it's already... Yes, it's already went up, and I think it's already shipping to people, too. So.
Oh, right. So that's pretty quick, then. Okay. So, thanks, Jim. So, at the moment, you're not, rushing out to get this?
No, it's not. It's a nice to have, not a must have.
Okay. Cool. I'm just doing something in the background here. Just want to organize something, but anyone else want to jump in there and give your thoughts on this Mark 7 black and gold suit? Anyone at all? Anyone actually ordered this?
I came very close because I wanted to do like an alternate universe take that this was in the Dark Knight universe and it was Bruce Wayne with the black and gold. Like we saw the black and gold in Begins and the Dark Knight suit as well. Because I do have this fantasy of building a like an armory that goes beyond just what we saw in those movies, just like all my favorite Batman suits. And I just couldn't justify it for the price to have that little like inside joke to myself that Tony Stark's parents were killed in an alley and this is what he did. But I think like, and a lot of people have said this too, if you're a fan of say a sports team or something, I mean, this could be a dream come true figure for certain people who love this colorway. And so I was trying to justify it for Batman, but I just couldn't pull the trigger in the end. Also, I checked Sideshow, and it's showing expected to ship July through September. So close, but it might be out already in Asia. But I don't think Sideshow is shipping these just yet.
Gotcha.
I don't think they're shipping anything just yet.
Yeah, they're behind in a few things, all right. I think there's some shipping issues. Anyone on the panel actually locked this down?
Yeah, I got it. I got one for. I didn't get it for me. I got it for Cuervo, but I was able to get in. This actually was the easiest figure I've ever tried to go for. Like, I would try it on my laptop and on my phone, and on both of them, I was like 100 in line, which is the lowest I've ever been in one of these lottery things. So I got in like within the first minute, and I was able to order it quick as hell. I think some people had issues after that, like a couple minutes after me. Like, people were able to get in, but they got it in their card and they weren't able to check out or something like that. Because I think this one was pretty limited, at least more limited than the Obi-Wan and the Rebel Trooper. But I got lucky for it. I did, when it was first announced, think it was cool and it was tempting, but I don't need a random Iron Man colorway. Like, even though it's really cool, like, just because of how much stuff is out right now, I decided to pass on it. But yeah, it wasn't too bad for me.
You got it for Quavo.
Yeah.
I jumped in 7 minutes late. And I was like, let me see how that's going, if it's sold out yet or not. And I just got right in. So yeah, to your point, Eddie, it was one of the easier ones to pick up.
Good stuff. Anyone else have something they want to weigh in this one?
Do you think this could be a Grail in a few years?
No.
You don't. You don't think this is going to? Is it sold out?
Yeah, it is sold out. I don't know.
I think this is going to be one that this could be a $600-700 figure in a few years because they
No,
not for me. So Dan, I had my take on this is I would have been interested. Excuse me. If it was a 2.0 of the Python when it first came out. So I had 30 odd plastic Iron Man figures at one point, maybe I can't remember. I had this. I had the Stealth exclusive. I've got the die-cast Midas. If this was die-cast Python Mark 20, I would have got that because I'd have hoped they would do the 2.0 of the Stealth die-cast version. I'd like to pose them all up together. They're proper Mark figures and not a repaint. I think Maffei had said this was in a comic run. I heard that too. I don't relate to that one, so it has to be a proper Mark for me. But I want that gold, the Stealth and the Python. They're the only ones apart from the up and coming Mark II that's coming out that I would add to my current Iron Man collection. It looks great. I think it really does look great, but I wish it was the Python.
Do you have any, like, say, non-MCU canon Iron Man, Ian?
Yeah, I've got the comic version Iron Man.
Right, yeah, the first one with the acrylic on it.
I've got that. No, that's the only one I've got. Everything else is MCU.
Mm-hmm.
You got the comic Origins one or the newer one?
Yeah, the comic Origins.
With the acrylic on it. That one does look cool, but I know there's some controversy around it. But
I like the acrylic.
Yeah, I think it looks cool.
I think it's cool, yeah.
I'm on the fence about getting it painted. There's some people that do a really good job. But when it's in the display case, it really works. It really pops. I really like it. So
it's on sale right now on Sideshow, so that's why it was fresh in my head because it was tempting me last night. But
you get
strong.
so much with it, and then I've got a custom. I can't remember what head sculpt it was for it. It was like the comic version head sculpt of it. So right now I've just got it posed up that he's looking at one of the helmets.
Nah, that's cool.
It's quite cool.
Good stuff. Anyone else have anything to add? I just, when it comes to Iron Man, I have a few of them, and I can think of easily a dozen Iron Man that I prefer to have in the collection than this. I do think this looks cool, but if I start buying everything that looks cool, I'll have a lot less space and a lot less money, and a lot less space and money for the things that I actually think that look cool, that I absolutely love. But yeah, it looks cool. But no, I think Phil was saying it would look cool posed next to the Spider-Man black and gold suit, and there's a few characters that have kind of black and gold suits that kind of like, I suppose, what Mike was saying, that they probably would if you had a line of them together. You know, someone's going to do it, like, and pose them all up, and that would look cool. Like, so, yeah. Anyone else want to weigh in on this? Okay, cool. So, just going to address the chat. Shout out to the 41 people watching live. Much appreciated. To anyone as well watching on the on the replay, we appreciate you too, and of course to our panel members here giving up their time to come on and talk about collecting and pop culture for an hour or so. So we have a stowaway. What a fitting avatar for Marco G, I believe. I don't know, does he call himself the Six Scale Scavenger, or Eddie is just us? You don't actually call him that, do you? Scoundrel. Oh,
I think Eddie was the one that gave me the nickname, actually.
All right. Were you one of those kids? Were you one of those kids, Marco, in school, like you didn't have a cool nickname and now you really want a cool nickname?
Yeah, they only called me Pendejo. I don't know what that means, but
I want to know in the private chat. I want to know what that means.
It's rated.
Right.
It's rated PG.
In the private chat.
It's along the channel line, so you're good.
it means dummy, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? All right. Okay. Yeah, man. You kids are mean. Kids are mean. I really appreciate you popping in, man. So, how much time do you have?
I got a little bit of time, and sorry for no video here. They're putting AC in my streaming room right now, so soon I'll be official. But yeah, we've had a few hiccups.
Maybe Dean will visit you.
Yeah, exactly.
I watch.
It'll
I
take him a
love
while.
Yeah. If I had €1 for every time I listen to you in the replay on Wednesday mornings, and I go to gym before school and I have you on the headphones, but if I had €1 for every time you said something that cracked me up and I'm smiling to myself and someone in the gym has noticed that I'm sitting there smiling to myself and they're like, what is wrong with that guy?
Stay away from that guy.
Yeah, so this guy's really happy to be here this early.
Yeah.
I want some of what he's having. But no, I do appreciate that and appreciate you being here. I'm going to fly through and address the channel members. We are doing a channel member giveaway tonight, so if you are a channel member or if you join midstream, we'll include you in the duck race for a INART detonator. So if you are not a channel member and you would like to join, the link is as usual pinned into the live chat there, so no pressure, but if you want to support the channel in that way, much appreciated. So speaking of channel members, we got a shout out to the 12-inch Moose Stream here. We got Noble Young, we got Hot Toys Collector UK, we got Dart Bane, we got Phil, who's usually a panel member, is a channel member. He also has the blue wrench and he is not afraid to use it.
He's fast with it.
Yeah. I think he said he couldn't make it tonight. He might make it at the end. I can't remember. But if you can join us at some point, Phil, please do. And if you can't, no problem at all. Of course, we have Ian, aka Ancient Silver Fox. We got Mike Fayella with the exclamation marks. We have Thalia Meyer. We have T. Ria. We have Stanley, Christian Cooper, Colin, X-Man Supreme, another channel member. Thank you very much for being here, Dave. We have Thrawn's Office, another man with the blue wrench, channel member, panel member. West Michigan Collector, Eddie Money Mendes, channel and panel member. We have Blue Tattoo, thank you very much. We got Valkyrie Magnus. I believe Valkyrie Magnus only started collecting in January and now has 40 figures. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that's, man, you do not do things by halves. And I worry for your wallet, but thank you very much for being here. Attention dog owners, train your dogs. Don't make them your neighbour's problem. That is a valid point and words to live by. Of course, we have Jose G. Hernandez, our resident fact checker. He's a panel member, he's a channel member, and he's ready to destroy someone else, no doubt. Eddie Money Mendez, channel member and panel member, thank you very much for being here. We have Jim Collector making his debut here. Hopefully it'll be not his first time here. Hopefully it won't be his last time here. And he's also a channel and panel member. We got JB here. Thanks very much for being here. We got Philly Figurecraft. And thank you very much for being here. I was on Ben Thomas' show yesterday with Philly. Of course, we have Brandon Salad. Thank you very much for being here. He is sometimes a panel member. He's currently a channel member. He was the first person to ever drop our super chat when I got monetized, and it's greatly appreciated. We got Boba Fettuccine. Thank you very much for being here. We got Tijuana. Sorry, I messed that up. Tijuana Mike. Thanks very much for being here. I think I was on a stream, possibly LWO with this guy for a few minutes, or maybe I was watching the stream. They all blur into each other, but thanks very much for being here. We have got, and there are no gentlemen on this panel, my God. We have Ryan Dean. Thanks very much for being here, Ryan Dean. I'm trying to go through and see if I'm kind of getting close to up to date here. A bit far bit back. Just want to make sure I don't miss anyone. We got Danatone. Thanks very much for being here. Who else do we have? Trevor, 1-6 shooter. Hey boys, happy 50th. Wish I could have joined. No problem, Trevor. We will catch you the next time. It will probably be in August, but we'll make a big deal. Might do a giveaway for that as well. Okay, we're up to date. Marco, you've just joined late. You get to choose.
All right, let's go with Face Off.
Oh man. So are you saying what I think you're saying? Yeah, I don't care. You're now challenging Jose. You're now challenging Jose. Okay.
Exactly.
This is how it works.
Yeah,
all right.
Jose.
Okay.
I want that smoke.
All right. So we're first of all going to get our super intense music. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to ask Jose, and I'm going to ask the 6 scale scoundrel, could you please switch over to private chat? And people, if it's your first time here, do not type the answers into the chat. But just in case you do, Jose and Marco, click onto private chat there, please. All right, here we've got the music. All right, the intense music. Okay. So
and these are tough. I was watching the last episode, and you've got some tough questions, so I'm not looking forward to this.
You're right, and I know they're tough because I think of the question, and I always have to look up the answer because I haven't got a clue. Because, ooh, that's a good one. I don't know what it is. But yeah, they're... But then again, Jose, in fairness to him, he does pretty good. It is impressive. So... if you're just joining us, we're now going to do face-off. Jose has never been beaten. I'm going to give each contestant 3 questions. The first one is going to be, what year did movie X release? The second one they're going to get is, who directed movie Y? And the third one will be, who played character Z in movie A or whatever. Okay, Jose, would you like to go first or second?
I can go second.
Okay, so Marco, you're under pressure. You ready, Marco?
Oh, I'm ready. It sounds like Jose is scared.
The confidence, that trash talk already, I love it. In what year,
I'm ready
Marco?
to go for 3 right now.
In what year did the movie Ghostbusters release?
This is a fantastic question. All right, so it was a little bit before I was born. I'm going to go with 1984.
We have 1 point for Marco. Well done, well done.
Wow. Okay.
What year were you born, Marco?
87. So just missed the
87.
cutoff, but grew up with the cartoon.
Gotcha. So that's 1-0. Now, a chance to level. I think Jose's going to get this one. Jose, in what year did the movie Predator release?
'87.
Oh, 87. We are 1 apiece, folks.
Wow.
1 apiece.
Look at this.
Now we're back over to Marco. The second question. Marco, who directed the movie Face Off?
Oh gosh, we just talked about this. Okay, so this was a movie of the week not too long ago. Who was the director? Okay, I don't remember specifically. I'm going to take a wild guess. Oh boy. I'm going to say it's Michael Bay.
It's not Michael Bay. It was John Woo. So
John Woo, that's right.
This is a chance for Jose to take the lead. I gotta say, I think he's going to get this one too. Jose, who directed The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
Oh yeah, I love this one. David Fincher.
He's 2-1. Marco, you need to get this to have any hope of putting it into deadlock and getting
on.
that the sudden death. Question 3 and your final question, Marco. To level it up, who played Bill in the movie Kill Bill?
Okay, I do know this one. This is a very famous actor. We got that one down. Oh boy, I'm drawing all blanks right now when I think of this. Okay,
technically it's Kill Bill Volume 2. I think I have
Kill
to
Bill
say
Volume
that
2. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Jose was about to come firing. His name is. Oh gosh. Oh boy.
We can't tell if you're googling or not because your camera isn't on. So we're doing an honor system here.
Yeah, this is a complete honor system. I'm looking at a blank chat, and I'm seeing Eddie's face. All right, I've just got to take the L. I can't recall.
Jose, do you know who that is or who that was? Jose, if you know who it is, you don't know who it is? Okay.
I forgot.
I do.
Juan, who wants to?
David Carradine. He stole the role from Bruce Lee.
When you're not playing this game, you know them all.
There you go.
And when the pressure is on,
Yeah, I know.
Marco, I feel you, buddy.
100%.
I couldn't remember the guy's name either.
That was
Now-
a tough one.
Seeing as Jose has got 2, I want to see if he get 3 out of 3. In the movie Jackie Brown, who played Louis Gara? Now I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, so I'm going to spell it. So I'm not sure if it's Louis or Louis, but it's Louis and Gara.
Yeah, that's De Niro.
It is De Niro, man. 3-0. That is impressive. So I don't know, man. It's times like this, I just think to myself, and
Is there no one else?
apparently not.
Amazing.
Marco, I appreciate the bravery, Marco. I do appreciate the bravery.
Yeah, that was cool.
You just went for it. So good stuff. Want to make sure.
I had to start off with the competition here. Get the energy flowing.
All right, Jose, where are you bringing us next?
Let's do new. We can do new.
Cool. Did you sell anything this week? Did you get anything new in this week?
No, I've been really disciplined. I haven't bought or got anything in. I've been waiting for a lot of things though. Like that Catwoman still hasn't showed up. C-3PO still hasn't showed up. There's like 3 or 4 different things that I'm still waiting on that I haven't got. So, but I haven't bought anything. I haven't pre-ordered anything. Nothing. Yeah.
Was Sideshow?
Yeah, Sideshow and a few other retailers that I'm waiting on, but they're most likely waiting on Sideshow too. So if Sideshow's not getting it, then they're not getting it. So
There must be the problems with shipping or something. I don't really know what's going on, but I do remember. I'm not sure, was it Mike actually saying it months ago to anticipate this? I'm pretty sure you Mike was saying. I think it was Mike said that he was. You heard there was issues with shipping from Asia and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
we're seeing it.
Okay, right. So you've been very disciplined this week, Jose.
Yeah, actually, I haven't got anything in a couple weeks.
Good stuff.
I think the Scarlet Witch was the last figure I've gotten in a long time. So yeah. Cool. But it's good. That way, I'm saving up for other things. So
yeah, exactly. And these are the times where like people sometimes go, none's gone out in a while. Maybe I'll work backwards and overpay for that figure that we get 2.0 next week. What about yourself, our resident Scotsman?
The past week, Mr. W, Bruce Wayne, Mars Toys, and Mace Windu, which I'm telling you, it gets a lot of hate, but that's a nice figure. I've got it posed up really well. It's Samuel L. Jackson 100%. It looks good. In the right pose.
Good.
In the right pose. There's some that are face on. Yeah, it looks a bit off, but I had 3 poses I wanted for that figure, and they're all banging, look good. So, past week, yeah, I think that's it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. The display is absolutely looking fantastic. When are we going to get a collection tour out of it?
I might do that. I'm waiting on the Kenobi Vader. I know it's not all the same IP, and Jao, if you watch this in the replay, I know you'll be freaking out. But Kenobi Vader's going in there, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Ian, have you been using the USB sabers? How is the Mace saber?
I've not been using them at all, so
Okay.
I will be upgrading the lightsabers. I've not got a consistent display. I've been moving things about. I'm still adding things. I don't want to be buggering about with cables and all this stuff just yet. That'll come next stage where I feel
That's what I
I've
was doing
got
today.
it where I want, because I have too many Star Wars figures with lightsabers that it would
I
kill
don't want
me.
to get it done. Yeah. You same for you, Shane. You're like organizing the lighting setup.
Well, I'm going away for 9 weeks, but I don't want to leave the channel die a death.
Right.
So I have one day tomorrow, and I've thought of a series of videos called Triple Threats, where each video I focus on one particular figure that's in the collection and explain, like, you know, why I got it, how much I loved it, and that'll be like the summer series. So I have an ambitious idea of dropping 2 videos a week, and I've recorded a total of none. So the goal is to record and edit 18 videos tomorrow.
What time is
I
it
have
right
a clear set schedule. It's ambitious, but I reckon I can do it. So
Turn those CCFLs off before you leave for your trip.
Yeah, and possibly a collection tour, because I rejigged everything behind me. I'll show you a picture of it in a few moments. But
Cool.
We're gonna go clockwise around here. So Dan, anything new in out?
What have I new? I've just finished my Thomas Magnum figure. I've just did a review on that yesterday. Really happy with that, and I've bought quite a lot backwards lately, and I've just got the Aliens Warrior in.
That's the second
week
movie,
for
yeah.
a good price actually. Yeah, it's awesome actually. It's wicked. It's you can't pose it. It's quite hard to pose, but it's really imposing in the module case next to like the Predator and all that. I don't think you can see in the background, but yeah. So those 2 in. But also, I've gone a bit crazy in the last few weeks with the signed wrestling stuff. So I just want to show you, because I've got quite a few in that have been grails. So that's like Akeem. These are really hard to get hold of. And then
They're actually
I've got
signed by the original.
Terry Funk, Kamala.
It's cool that they're all signed, man.
Yeah, I've got this line, Dusty Rhodes, which is amazing.
I
To
mean,
be honest,
that's 90s. Was that WWF era?
yeah,
No?
well, they're the WWF sort of. This is the Legends line I'm collecting, and I've gone a bit mad now. I've got 60 from this line, all signed.
Whoa.
Now,
Class.
yeah, it's gone mad. I've got.
That's awesome. Are you gonna make a wall display?
Yeah, I've got it here. Like the last 2 that have, like, you know, these are the last 2 I've got lately. Cheers, like Hogan
And that's Hulk
Jimmy
Hogan's
Hart.
actual signature, yeah?
yeah. I've got
Very
a few of
cool.
his,
I like the marker color choices for each one of them.
yeah,
Like they're
I've got-
really good.
Let me just show you.
Yeah.
my-
And that's really important when you're getting autographs sometimes. You want to get the right
Yeah.
color.
The real grail one for me is this one. I've got this little while ago,
Ultimate
the
Warrior?
Warrior.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I'm going to do a video of this soon, because it's gone effing. I've gone a bit crazy on it, and I've got. I mean, these all, because obviously all these guys have passed away.
Yeah.
So they've all got JSA. They're all JSA authenticated.
Wow.
Yeah, Akeem, that's really hard to get hold of. Dusty Rhodes died a few years ago. Same with Kamala and things like that. So yeah, I've gone a bit balls deep in this line, to be honest, and I've just seen it as a.
Whoa. Oh, he froze.
There's no service.
Couldn't have froze at a funnier time. Look, we'll go on to Jim. And you're back. He's back. Sorry, you needed a moment, did you? Is he back? He's back. He's back. Yeah, you froze.
Did I froze? What was I doing?
You were saying you're deep into that line. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I've got. Got to calm down a bit. I've got a few, as we all have. I think I'm calming down. I've just got like a few pre-orders, like Batman, INART, Batman '89, Bane, and the Artisan Anakin. That's it. I'm just trying to be a bit
top tier.
Yeah, but just trying to be a bit more, because they're not cheap, and I've just gone mad in the last few weeks. So
you need that. You need weeks where like Jose just had a few weeks there where it's just like, yeah, nothing's out that I'm interested in, that's good, and just balance the books. What about yourself, Jim?
Yeah, nothing recent. I've got, what was the last thing? Last thing I got was the Stormtrooper with the Death Star diorama. I got a CCFL in recently as well, which is my first one. Yeah, I got that to go with the Kenobi Vader, and it looks dope. Yeah. So I really like that.
Did you get dummy batteries for that Death Star environment?
No, but I'm planning to. That's one of our plans for a future video. Just want to go through that.
Hit me up. I'll send you the link. I got ones with like a tenner on Amazon. They're really, really good. Well, they're working so far anyway. So, yeah.
Oh, that'd be good. Because my batteries have just about died now, which is a shame.
They do that.
Yeah, it's a pain. But no, other than that, I'm just waiting on INART Batman.
Yeah, like a few people on the panel. Marco.
Yeah, so shockingly, I've been pretty disciplined as of late. I haven't received a ton of things. I just got the mech test Tony Stark in, and that's one that I had on a payment plan. Really solid figure, like not incredible by any means, but really, really glad to have him. And I'm posing him next to the Mark III armor, so almost like he's working on repairs. So I know that's not maybe necessarily Jose or
Man after my own heart,
like, there you go, right? So, and I love how you got dummy there, or pendejo as they call him in Mexico. But yeah, so that's a great display. So still figuring out how he fits in the collection. But like other folks on the panel, I'm still waiting for those INART Batman, C-3PO. I think I've got Scarlet Witch still on order from Pop Culture. Toby still on order. So I might be to the point where I might start asking for some invoices. I don't ever like them holding on to my money when they're not shipping stuff, but there's a lot of shoes that could drop, and I could be buried here pretty quickly. So
yeah, at least you could control the financial narrative, as you would say.
There you go. Yes, control the financial narrative.
Because it's one thing going, okay, I got a bit of money available, maybe I can get out ahead of this, or 5 drop at the same time. That's like
it's never fun.
Yeah, divorce is it's not cheap, man.
It's going to be expensive too. But luckily, I've got AC in my streaming room, so if I need to sleep back there, soon I will. So so waiting for a lot of things, but might just start being proactive here and trying to get ahead of things, because there's going to be a lot of heat dropping this year.
Absolutely, good stuff. Thank you. What about yourself, Mike?
Shane, you just reminded me of this. If anybody knows this movie, I'm sure Jose will. But he's like, Jules, if Bonnie comes home, she finds another hot toy in my garage. Okay, I'm going to get you divorced. Okay, Jules? And I don't want to get divorced.
Pulp Fiction. It's Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
You're
brilliant.
Amazing.
The voice pretty good too.
No,
it was really good.
That's pretty spot on. Man.
Mike has he has an acting past. He was an actor. Do you still do a bit, or?
No, I was.
Yeah.
But that would be the role of a lifetime. Quentin playing Quentin would be amazing.
Yeah.
But
there's no weak links in that movie. Like
No, it's one of those perfect films that we talked about, that category, and it's only a few, but it's in there for me.
Yeah.
Speaking of perfect, I got one of my grails in. I've always wanted this, and I finally pulled the trigger on this one here.
1 second now.
So.
So
this was like. Sorry about that light. This was like I was born at a weird time to be a Star Wars fan. So I was born in 79. And by the time I was into toys and things like that, Star Wars was not really like in its peak at all, And like the early 90s was sort of like a dead period for Star Wars. And around 93, I discovered these books. So I was, I guess in middle school or so. And so it's got a lot of nostalgia for me. And for us at that time, like this was really all we had. This was the continuation of the films for us. And I've always considered that the sequel trilogy, and still consider that the sequel trilogy. So I'm happy to finally have that graded in a high score. And I also got this to go with my Old Man Logan figure from So-So Toys, because I'm kind of obsessed with that figure.
Sorry, wrong one. There we go.
So I just like to have companion comics to go with certain figures, and this will go nicely with that Old Man Logan from So-So.
Man, I rewatched. You'll love this because your son's name is Logan. I rewatched. So a little side chat. I'll try to get this done in less than 60 seconds. I'm gonna be like Nicolas Cage. I'm gonna be gone in 60 seconds. So the last, when I was in New Zealand in 2012, which is the second last time I was there, obviously The Dark Knight Rises was due to come out, so found a cinema. A bunch of us went to see it. A bunch of people I'd met backpacking or snowboarding and stuff like that. We got to see it on opening night, which was because New Zealand, well, Queenstown's like 11 hours ahead of Dublin, ahead of Irish time. I get to text my mates and go, I'm literally seeing it a day before you, and, you know, a bit banter. So got to see The Dark Knight Rises. So obviously now myself and Megan going to New Zealand on Wednesday. We want to see Deadpool. So I just logged into the same... I had to set up an account when I booked those tickets, and it still worked, and I haven't been there in like 11 years, so...
That's funny.
Booked into tickets to see Deadpool and Wolverine, which is another big deal. It's
awesome.
like an event movie. It's not just a movie. Like, these are event movies, you know.
Oh yeah.
And so in the last like week, Megan was like, "Do you want to watch?" She actually said to me, "Do you want to watch Deadpool 1 and 2 again to, you know, prepare?" And I was like, oh "My God,
I love you.
Gonna marry you, man." So like she'd seen them already, but we watched them again, and it's like, "Is there anything else I need to see?" And I was like, "Right." There's like 9 movies with Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine. I explained to her that like a lot of them aren't particularly great in my opinion, but he carries them. I know, Eddie. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. But he is still really good in them. I can still watch him, and I think it's just he really just. But we watched Days of Future Past and Logan. Every time I watch Logan, it gets better and better. You know that scene where they come upon the family and they've lost the horses. The horses are escaped on the freeway with those kind of like automated trailers, and they help the family. So the family repay them by feeding them and letting them stay the night. And then like there's something wrong with the guy's water supply, so he brings Logan with him. The action scenes are amazing. Bunch of a SWAT team, you just know they're fodder, they're dead. But it's so gruesome, like the stabs to the face and you know, he's getting shot and stuff like that. It's so well done. But some of those little things when it's like the guys get out of the truck and they're absolute hicks, like they're absolute bullies. Like you just know these guys are assholes.
Piss them off, yeah.
And then when he's just there, like kind of standing there, and he's an absolute unit, and he just takes them apart like with one simple and it breaks gun. It's just like you just love it because the context was like, you know, I think that's what kind of Star Wars is lacking these days. It's like I'm not impressed by a lightsaber anymore.
Right.
But when you build a situation up where do not mess with this guy, he's a Jedi, and then you execute it well and he takes out and slices the guy's arm off or something like that, that's really, really cool. Like, but that scene, there was way cooler action scenes in the whole movie, but it was just like, you see these guys getting out of the truck and like, oh guys, you don't know what you're doing, and you really feel it. It's just so good. But sorry, that was not a minute. I apologize.
No, I know what
Eddie, what did you get? Or did you sell anything? Or
no, I haven't gotten anything in a while, actually. The last thing I got was that was the INART Gandalf. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I've just been doing other stuff, but yeah, it's been in there for a while.
Are you not concerned that there mightn't be the one ring inside there? Isn't there? Did some of them, were they missing? Or
I checked that because we were doing a stream like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I didn't even know that was an issue. And then we were on the stream, and I was like, I guess I better open it up and see, because I guess some people got a gold ring with the actual inscription on it, and then some people were just getting like metallic gold looking, like it wasn't the same gold, and there was no inscription. It was just a little ring, but mine was fine. So
yeah, good stuff. That's a pretty big haul. And did I go through everyone? I think I went through everyone, did I? Really quickly, I'll just so I've had a very, very busy week, technically 2 weeks, because we didn't do the show last week. So the last time we were talking, I got 2 of those Death Stars with the one that Jim has, the Death Star with the MMS 736 Stormtroopers with Death Star light up environments. So we got the two of them, the dummy batteries in there behind me. So I got this guy. There's a review up on the channel. I love this. I'm not going to go off on a tangent because I could talk about this for half an hour. The reviews there, absolutely love this. Again, I'm working on a review at the moment. The head sculpt, it's not the greatest head sculpt, but the sum of its parts, the shirt, the leather jacket, the claws. Even though I'm Team Mike on this, I prefer if they were adamantium. But yeah, in the movie they're bone claws. Fine, I'll get over it. But the yellow suit ones for Deadpool, they're going to be adamantium. So like, you know, hopefully. But this is good. It took a while because it came with the Wolverine, but it also came with a sticker. So I had the hairdryer. Get the hairdryer out and just melt the glue on the Wolverine sticker and replace it. It was like a 2-minute job. It's fine. I'm actually really impressed with this. Head sculpt could be better, yeah, but I'm gonna have to get over it. I'm not impressed by this guy at all. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this guy. I'm reviewing it, and it's basically like, it's some things about it are kind of cool. Like I think they've done a good job on the actual suit itself. Like the color of the red and the silver lining, and there's texturing, and some parts are really impressive, but then other parts are just disappointing. And maybe because I'm not a big Toby fanboy, maybe that's maybe bias or something, but it's enthusiasm is low. I might be passing this off. So and this bunch of sideshow points. I asked when has Catwoman been delivered. They said end of June for my one. My financial backer, as Jose said, he was going to offer me the price I paid and cover customs, and because he's in Ireland, customs and everything. And I reached out to him and goes, look, I'm not going to be here. That's going to arrive and no one's in the house, so I have to cancel this. I have no choice. So I cancelled it, got the rewards points back, and it just happened to be Memorial Day, and this was 25% off. So it was, yeah, it was a no-brainer then. It was something I had an eye on. So yeah, and today I did a lot of rearranging. The wiring I spoke about earlier on, if you look at, I actually have put back the Mark 6 next to the Mark 1. I had them in separate cubes, and as much as I love things in separate cubes, I missed having them standing next together. They just look amazing next together. But I had to rewire the thing all the way down here, and I have a bit of cleaning up on the wires to do. I'm not fully happy with it, but the overall setup I'm really happy. I'm loving how the look of those light up Death Star diorama bases and the CCFLs and just things like the Doc Ock there, and yeah, so
looks lovely, Shane.
Yeah, it looks great, Shane. I like Iron Man. That. Iron Man next to each other always works. It doesn't break immersion because they can be auto-piloted, right? And only like Tony's only in one of them. So
well, it's the Mark 6 and the Mark 1 War Machine. So they had the kill box scene. They shared the screen time.
Okay.
Iron Man 2. So that's why when I put them in separate cubes, I was like, okay, they have more space to breathe, which I do like. But I was like, they just seem better together, and because it's in the center, I think it works. But yeah. So that's what I've been working at, and but
for the Tom. For the Tom, you don't get, like, when you're seeing it in person for the Tom Holland red and blue suit, like, you don't see, like, kind of like the whole long neck thing that a lot of people were complaining about, like when you have it in hand.
What thing?
So a lot of people say that he looks like he has a long neck. The head sculpt.
Kind of. Originally, someone said it in the comments in the video, and I was like, no, I'm not seeing that. And now I'm looking at it more, maybe slightly, not enough. Definitely not enough to bother me. Like if you look at the Toby, there's a really defining joint underneath where the neck piece is. But when you look at Tom's, it's near perfect. Although I find there's a bit of manipulating there to line up the lines, you know. But I just want to check something out there. 1 second. I think Ian's just after popping out. So I was going to actually.
Have you seen folks? Sorry to cut you off. Have you seen folks on the new symbiote suit or the black and white suit utilize that Tom Holland head sculpt with the? Man.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted to do that. It looks so.
It's an interesting. It's cool that somebody tried that.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to throw this out there. Just a community service announcement. I've gotten 3 waitlist opportunities today, so Sideshow's seems like they're churning. Going through. So just keep an eye on your email.
What were they, Mike?
Well,
Freddy Krueger, the Pit Droid, and
Freddy
what's the
Krueger.
other one?
That one's been been sold out for years.
Yeah,
Isn't
dude,
that- yeah.
what's so weird is they're asking.
they had a
$250
Blitzway 4-pack, Jose. They had a Blitzway 4-pack in the warehouse finds.
Yeah, the warehouse fine. So, dude, like the exclusive, if I click on it, sold out, right? But it was $220, and the one they're trying to sell me, which is the collector, $250. How the hell is
Freddy
it?
Krueger? Did you say?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Like, if anybody wants it, I'll get it for you. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I love that. Dan, Freddy Krueger, you say? His wallet's already taken a beating.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even remember. I must have put this years ago. But yeah, so
It
my
needs,
point
it
is,
needs a bit of work, that figure, though, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The hat's not great and all that, if I remember rightly. It's not a perfect figure.
I don't know.
But,
Well, I'm passing up
it'd be
on it,
nice
so
to
the
have
next
one.
guy, whoever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to say keep an eye out.
Cool. No problem. No problem. Actually, I was listening to Mafia's Saturday stream there on the replay on Sunday, and he had CT 603 on, and CT was saying that the only time one of the items that he had was on the wait list for, the only time it didn't convert was Umbra. So anything he has joined the wait list for, he has been offered it has converted, or has had an opportunity to purchase. The only thing he said that he's been on the wait list and he hasn't got the conversion is the Umbra.
Wow.
So that might still actually happen. So, Mike, what do you want to talk about?
All right, what do I want to talk about? I like to talk about Deadpool, actually.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's effing go.
Okay. So, really quickly, I'll just share. Obviously, look, we know we're going to share. There we go. Right. Do we have this? I should have this here.
The third one was Toby, by the way. Jose, you asked me the third one.
I'm going
It's Toby.
to bring Ian back in. That's the first thing I'm going to do. The second thing I'm going to do.
I'm checking my email too to see what
this.
wait lists I have.
Did you get it?
So what do we got? It says, Hot Toys. Steal yourself Steal yourself for a world. Am I reading this right?
You are.
Steal yourself for a whirlwind of conflict that unexpectedly unites Deadpool and Wolverine. Will celebrate their legendary comebacks in the breathless 1/6 scale collectible form. Deadpool movie, hashtag Deadpool Wolverine. And these here are clearly figures, and they've recreated one of the promotional photos because you can just kind of tell that it's different to the photo. So collectibles coming soon. So like this is, look, in other news, water is wet. We knew this was going to happen. I don't think there's anyone that's too shocked, but now it's nice to get the confirmation. Now before I move on any further, I just have to acknowledge something.
Let's fucking go.
So Ian here has been very generous, but he's also taken a massive dig at me. For £19.99, he has said, "Can't wait to get rid of you for 9 weeks." You do realise, Ian, you can insult me for free. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. This is how people show affection. Like, guys, yeah, you can insult me for free. I massively appreciate that, and I will definitely I'll have a beer on you in New Zealand.
I will miss you.
Appreciate that.
I will miss you.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry, Mike, I interrupted you there. You can start us off. So what are you thinking? You can talk about the movie, you can talk about the figure, and lads, just unmute and chime in whenever you want.
Well, like I think everybody else on this panel, I'm really excited. I have tickets to 2 showings that day. Not that I think I'm going to see it twice in a day, but because I have work, and my work schedule changes every week, so I don't know when I'll be able to see it on opening day. So I was lucky to get a now sold out ticket to the fan event on that opening weekend, that Thursday. So it's 3 p.m. So it's like the first showing of it. So if I can get that, that'd be great, and maybe get one of the popcorn buckets. We'll see. Because is that real? You've seen some of those images. Is it Wolverine's open mouth?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. So I'll try to score one of those. And if I can't see it then, I've got another ticket for 10:15 at night. So I'm excited to see it. And but I'm going to try to hold myself to just Deadpool and Wolverine from the film if I can. But like,
That's my plan too.
We'll see, right? Because
what if they do two versions of Wolverine, like one with the mask, one without, one with seamless arms, or one with the yellow?
Battle damage and yeah. Well, I didn't say how many Wolverine. I said just Deadpool and Wolverine. So, I left a little wiggle room there. But like, imagine a die-cast Colossus or something like that. Like, I know that there are going to be things that will be tempting, but I also know there are other people that are like, I want every figure from this because I really want everything Marvel. I just don't happen to be a Marvel collector. So for me, I think I could skate by with just those two figures. We'll see. Curious to hear what you guys say, though.
Mike, I'm similar to you. I'm not a Marvel collector at all. I used to be, but this could get me back in. Those two could definitely get me back into. It's just space and where I'm going to put them. I've got another module case coming, but I don't know if I'm going to go all in with. I've got a. I don't know. It's one of those. I just don't. If it's really good, that this could pull me back into Marvel.
Right, definitely. But I think like another thing you have to consider with this is that some of these characters might be kind of one and done for this film, because I don't think they're necessarily building out the next phase or the rest of the next 10 years of Marvel with whomever they introduce in this film. Do you know, like, these could be like alternate universe takes on things that we only see once. Whereas, the Avengers, we kind of knew that we were getting this whole plan into the future. So I guess you might want to consider that too. Like, is this the definitive whatever we see?
Perhaps let the get like the main two and then let the buzz die down a bit before you jump in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then see, because obviously we'll have 18 months to get these figures will come out. So be interesting to see how quickly they release after the movie or before the movie, rather. When they show the figures.
Will they drop an exclusive from this though? We don't know now. Like, this is Uncharted. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be amazing if on the day it releases, because they have put stuff up for pre-order on the day big movies release. The last time they did it, at least when the Batman 22 came out in Ireland, on the day they put up for pre-order, they revealed the prototype images of the Hot Toys Robert Pattinson Batman, the regular version, the deluxe version with the modular base, the Bat Signal, and then the all-in pack. Wouldn't it be amazing if they actually did this 2-pack? Now, in an ideal world, like, Deadpool, Wolverine, you have the sleeves, the yellow sleeves, you have the swap out, seamless kind of like Peacemaker style arms, you have a beautiful sculpted Wolverine that looks more like Hugh Jackman than what I have behind me, and it's no slouch, but it's not all the way there. They have the mask, because we all want to see him in that bloody mask, even if it's just for one epic scene. And they have Deadpool with the actual, as Eddie says, the kind of pizza face, the hamburger head, the toupee, and Dogpool, and just give us an ultimate 2-pack. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think they're going to screw us over. It'll be like one version where he is, say yellow sleeves and the mask, and then another version where he's sleeveless and has the head sculpt. I think they're probably going to do that, and they'll more than likely show us Deadpool with the gold guns and the yellow suit Wolverine with the sleeveless look and the head sculpt, because they're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna show us a prototype or put something up for pre-order that shows the mask, because that's going to spoil the movie. If you remember when Endgame came out, there was a number of pieces that had hidden bonus accessories to be revealed soon, because it would ruin the movie. For example, Endgame Cap, there was a bonus accessory which was Mjolnir, because you couldn't put that there because then you'd know he wields Mjolnir. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think there's any hope of a 2-pack. But sorry, go on, guys. Eddie, what do you think?
I'm really excited for the movie. I have tickets. It's SDCC during when the movie comes out that weekend. So luckily enough, like, a lot of people are gonna be down there for SDCC. So I got tickets to see the movie with like Marco and Youthsby and Mario and a couple other guys that are gonna be there. So
I told Eddie, I was like, as long as we're not sitting all the way in the back, I'm good. Where the fuck are we sitting all the way in the back? Apologies for my language.
To get all the dude, they were selling out quick. So to get all the tickets, it was either all the way in the front, all the way in the back. So I prefer all the way in the back over all the way in the front. So
Guys, on Sideshow, they're already doing the whole coming soon thing for the figures.
Oh, are they? Is that on like the RSVP or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the collectibles coming soon section. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can go on it right now.
Right.
It shows 2 different Wolverines.
Jose?
Yeah, it shows 2 Wolverines and 2 Deadpools.
All right, so they're dividing up all the cool stuff.
So
that's in the Hot Toys coming soon section, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can go on it right now on Sideshow. Coming soon section.
Do you think we'll see the figures released? Is it 25th of July, isn't it? The release.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see it
25th.
like in the next 3 or 4 weeks? Then they'll actually show them.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, weird.
I actually think they will, Dan. I think doing the coming soon, they've played this last week.
Thanks, Jose.
It's coming.
Thank you.
I wonder if they'll move quite quick on these, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that the fact that there's 2 of these is a mistake, because I know if they're doing 2 Wolverines and 2 Deadpools, and if then it's just like there's going to be parts in each of them that we'll want.
We'll definitely want
You know
the
what I
head
mean?
sculpt, won't we? Wade Wilson.
Yeah,
head sculpt.
like
definitely.
You don't think it'll be collector and deluxe?
Yeah.
Oh,
Might
sorry.
be.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it
that's
might be.
sorry.
That's a great call.
Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, that makes way more sense as opposed to just dropping like 2 different versions of Wolverine. Yeah, that makes sense, because then the deluxe version probably has the stuff you want. But I'm wondering, like, okay, who in the panel thinks, just before we have another chat about this, who thinks we're actually going to see him in the mask? Is there anyone on the panel who like, no, he doesn't wear the mask?
No, he's gonna wear the mask.
He's gonna wear it.
Everything that they show that advertises the movie has him wearing the mask.
Right. Looking at this, that you've got 2 Wolverine, 2 Deadpool, I would say you've got regular Wolverine, regular Deadpool, battle damage Wolverine, battle damage Deadpool. That's my bet.
I actually think it could be what Mike's saying, when you have like the yellow version regular and deluxe, and then you have the Deadpool regular and deluxe.
Even for these 2 guys, too many SKUs, Shane? I don't.
But like, when have they ever used logic? There's how many SKUs for Vader is there? There's like 4, isn't there? There's like, you have regular and deluxe Vader, and then is there 2 different versions, like where you could have regular with a hologram, regular without, deluxe with a hologram, deluxe without. They don't not seem to be learning their lessons. Like.
That's true.
They're going to milk this too, right?
Well, these could be
not a lot of good
DXs.
Marvel.
Could be DXs.
Or they could be
does DX
collector
even mean
and
anymore?
special edition. Like collector and special edition with one little tchotchke. I don't know.
Ryan Dean, he will wear their mask. If not, the fans will riot. Yeah. Now, this backs up Ian's point, and this is a good observation as well. Says, aren't deluxes usually in the same link? So you click in, and then there's 2 tabs. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah. I mean,
the deluxe or the special edition that they have listed separately? Because there are listed separately. Yeah,
they're usually separate, actually.
They are separately.
Yeah.
When did you know? When did you notice this, Jose?
Just now on the. Someone posted in one of the groups about 10 minutes ago.
This is also a good point. Have they ever released a battle damage version at the same time as the clean? I can't think of a release that didn't. Yeah, that's true. Usually it's 85. I know, because the few times I've cancelled an order were actually with Sideshow, but I managed to keep the NRD and transfer it onto something else, because I had the 85 at the time when I did actually buy from Sideshow. I had the 85 ordered. They dropped the battle damage. I was like, that's the one I want. got onto them and said, any chance I could transfer the NRD onto that? And they allowed me to do it. I did that once or twice. I kept the NRD. I don't know whether they stopped that, but yeah. Usually they release the normal version, then the battle damage version. I think that's fair enough. Like, but this could be, who knows? Who knows? Maybe these 4 figures, maybe it's Deadpool, Wolverine, and 2 other completely different figures. I mean, we all saw there was like a feminine looking Deadpool in, you just saw a pair of legs, and they weren't Ryan Reynolds legs. And there's rumors that Blake Lively is playing Lady Deadpool. Again, I know there's a lot of rumors, but
that would be awesome.
Maybe
do you know what? I saw rumors today and don't think that it's Taylor Swift as a joke. There's a thing in it. I saw that.
I want to hear Eddie's take on that.
No, it's
it's
not.
I did. I saw it today.
It sounds like trouble, eh?
Actually, it was like quite the opposite. Dan, they were saying
Taylor
that
Swift
she's
was
not
Lady
in the
Deadpool.
movie.
Oh,
She's
really?
not that
I saw something different, but obviously it's.
Oh, I know who she's. Yeah, she's
I
going to
heard
be in the
Dazzler.
movie. Yeah,
I heard
she's going to be
Dazzler,
Dazzler.
Yeah.
No, like from what I heard, she's not in the movie at all as any of those
Oh,
characters.
right.
Maybe Deadpool
Because
is Lady Deadpool.
She wouldn't be. It would be more of a piss take sort of thing, wouldn't it? It would be more something like that. It wouldn't be a.
Maybe he gets his
I'm
nuts
not
chopped off in
sure.
the movie and he becomes Lady Deadpool.
Wow.
That could happen. That could happen. that is basically in sync with the entire trilogy.
Like before they grow back, like in the in the time between.
Man,
Imagine how much. Go ahead, Shane. And then I'll...
that scene. I remember watching that. I was living in Abu Dhabi at the time, and I had to write this really long. I had to write basically a 5,000 word assignment because I was studying at the time, and I said, right, if I get like 4,000 words done, I'm going to see that movie. Which is hilarious because if I got 10 words done, I was still going to see that movie. But I saw the second movie, but that in the cinema, I don't think I've ever laughed as hard. Like, it was just the most ridiculous but hilarious scene. Like, but yeah, Eddie, you could be right, man. You could be right.
I'll probably end up getting everything from the movie because, well, at least everything that we've seen in the trailer, I want. Like, I want the fire guy. I forget his name. Pyro, is it?
Yes.
I want Pyro. I think Sabretooth was teased. I don't know. That wasn't like for sure in the trailer, but that was like a leak or whatever.
Scenes.
And then like, well, for sure Wolverine and Deadpool. Anything Fox they do, I'll get. So,
do you think maybe they're going to do a take on the comic book series like Deadpool kills Marvel, and he actually encounters some of the Fox X-Men?
Do you know how
tears
awesome
them apart?
it would be if he did like he did at the end of, was it the end of Deadpool 1 or 2 where he kills all the things that people hate about him? If he did that with like Disney Plus stuff, dude, I would be like he goes in and kills She-Hulk and he goes in and kills
that would be
Then he kills Star Wars.
Dude.
Amazing. Oh no! Well, certain Star Wars can go, which brings us to the Acolyte. No, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Wow.
We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. We will get there. But like, I was on Ben Thomas's stream last night, and I made the point that like I do think this is going to be good, and they do have an opportunity to I kind of loosely said, like, I didn't say fix the MCU, but I was kind of saying, redirect it. I might have actually said fix, and someone in the comments was like, well, define fix, like, But they could tie up a few loose ends, and I think that's probably a great way of doing it, Eddie. That just like, if they're self-aware enough to go, if he just walks in and goes, okay, guys, I'm Marvel Jesus, he's already said that, I'm gonna go, you didn't work, you were terrible at the box office, and and just like goes to town. That would be like a very meta way of going, okay, at least. You can't fix the MCU with one movie. You are literally trying to steer an oil tanker. It takes time. But you can start by putting that first navigation in. That was kind of the point I was trying to get across. But Jim, what do you think? Deadpool, Wolverine, or anyone else theories on the movie? Or what are you looking forward to? Are you going to picking things up from this? Do you think they're going to completely screw collectors with two different versions and spreading out all the different things like the mask or the seamless arms? Jim, what do you think?
Like figure wise, I'm hopeful that they won't screw us over with Wolverine, giving us one sleeveless, one sleeved. They did it with 4, didn't they? I think the latest 4. I think you can get both sleeveless and sleeves. I'm hoping that they'll do that, and that it's just battle damaged and non-battle damaged. We'll see. Which kind of makes me wonder, what would everyone prefer, battle damaged or non-battle damaged for these characters? Because that's a tough decision.
I've never been a battle damage guy. I could care less for battle damage. So.
Battle damaged.
Yep. I like battle damage.
Yeah, I'm a
all
sucker
day
for
long.
that too. Yeah.
I like the two of them. I like when they give you swap out parts, but when they give you swap out parts, they usually just... It's usually the face sculpt and the chest plate, if you think of it like an Iron Man. However, that new Mark III, which that Mark III 2.0 is absolutely beautiful. Does anyone on the panel have that? I know
Yeah,
Mark
I have it.
has it. You
I have it. Yeah, I love it.
Man, that
It's
is...
awesome.
If someone's out there getting one Iron Man and they like the MCU, I think that's the one to get. But it does have swap out faceplate, chest plate, and shoulder pads as well. It'd be nice if they had thigh plates as well, but still pretty cool. Sorry, what were you saying there, Jim?
To be fair, that was pretty much it. I think in terms of what characters I get, I'm not 100% sure who else is going to be in this film, so it's hard to call that. But I definitely get Deadpool and Wolverine. One thing I'm not sure on: how different is the Deadpool outfit in this compared
This
to
one
the
seems
old?
brighter, but has gold guns.
Yeah, it is. And some
And
of
you're
the
probably
black-
going to get a head sculpt with this.
Yeah.
And maybe a toupee, and maybe dog poo. And that's
If we
important.
get a toupee, is it then going to be ours? Is the worry.
It could
This
happen.
one might come with a dog pool, right?
That's a handy little accessory to throw in there, like, you know?
No, I just realized it would be amazing because I know Negasonic Teenage Warhead Hero. I can never remember her full name. But
No, you had it right.
I heard she's going to be in it. But I also think it'd be great if they surprise us with Gina Carano. That would be a very tempting figure if they make her. That'd be cool.
That would be interesting to see.
Angel.
With Disney?
Yeah, I know, but
No way, man. No way.
That's not happening. No. But you know what? I wonder, will he get away? Would he be cheeky enough to make a little joke about it?
Oh yeah, he might.
You know?
Yeah.
He might do. It wouldn't surprise me.
He's got some pull.
Yeah. Who? Anyone else have anything to add on?
I think
Deadpool
we're all
and Wolverine?
getting Deadpool and Wolverine, aren't we? Is everyone getting it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
The film
Like,
turns out again.
what if the movie sucks?
Don't care. Don't care.
Yeah, I don't
Look at
care.
them.
What
No one
else?
cares. No one cares.
If it does suck, I think Marvel are in serious trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Because have you seen the there's been advanced screeners for Captain America and it's not gone down well. That's what
I've
I've
heard.
read.
Yes, that's correct.
I've heard
Yes.
that, yeah.
So that's not good already.
Scary.
So yeah.
Well, they added a whole new character, Giancarlo Esposito, is a whole new character that they brought in for the reshoots. That was not in the original.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy saw the early screening that you guys are talking
wow.
about. He told me about it.
Giancarlo Esposito was now in.
Yeah. Dude, they did
He's like they must have needed a bad guy. It's like he's like a fire axe, an emergency break glass, and then he'll just have this amazing charisma. But like,
that's exactly how it feels because they just brought him in.
What did he say with the tone then? Did he obviously not giving anything away? What did he say that was wrong then? Did he say it was? Was it just whatever? You obviously I don't want to.
Well, backstage. Backstage conversation.
I heard they brought him in for 45 days of reshoots. That's literally how long most actors are on a film.
Yeah.
You know? So that's pretty crazy, and that's money too. So
it's pretty.
He charges extra for the mustache. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I saw him actually. He was at a convention last Sunday. I was at a convention, a horror convention they had here in Pasadena, and he was there. So I got to meet him and talk to him for a bit. So
that's cool.
It's mad,
did you have to pay for that?
Yes. Well, my friend.
I met him in Dublin for free.
Yeah.
It's a real stalkery story, though. It's a really stalkery story, though. Myself and Megan were. I think it was back in September or something. I think it was when he was filming The Gentleman. I presume they made that in the UK. He must have been in Ireland. It was Father's Day or something like that. But We were in a place called Grand Canal Dock next to this. It's called the Bord Gosh Energy Theatre. We were going to see The Lion King, and we were waiting to have food before we went in. And Megan heard this voice, and she was like, "That's the guy from Star Wars." She didn't even see him. She turned around and she was like, she started tapping. She goes, "That's the guy. That's the guy from Star Wars."
Awesome.
And I was like, "Well, first of all, that's the guy from Breaking Bad. He happened to be in Star Wars, yes, but that is the guy from Breaking Bad." And I was kind of like, "What do you do? He's just walking. He's with someone and done." I was like, "No, don't do it." And I sat for 2 minutes. Was like, "It's a once in a lifetime opportunity." I said, "If he goes into a coffee shop, I'll go in and order coffee." So I went into a coffee shop. I went and I ordered an espresso or something like that. And he was just standing next to me, and he was putting, that little dock where you have the lids and the sugar, and he's just putting milk in his coffee, whatever. And I'm doing the same. I just felt like, "Sorry, you're Giancarlo Esposito," and he goes, "Yeah." And I just kind of like the first time he was a bit like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh God, this is so awkward." And I was like, "Well, just big fan of your work." And then he smiled and he warmed a bit. And he goes, "Oh, thanks very much." And I was like, "Have a nice thing." He goes, "Oh, thanks very much," and that was it. Like, but I didn't get an autograph for a selfie, but like, yeah. That was, yeah.
That's cool.
Saved $80.
That's cool.
Yeah. Mike, are you you got a tip out?
Yeah, I gotta run. Sorry, guys. I gotta go give the kid a bath and take care of some stuff. So
no apologies. No apologies necessary. Thanks very much.
Too.
And I'm glad we got to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, because I know obviously you've named your kid Logan. You kind of like Wolverine.
It means something to me.
Yeah. So thanks very much for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, great fun as always, guys. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
But all right. So does anyone else have to add anything, or someone want to choose something else? Who hasn't chosen yet? Ian, did you pick anything yet?
No.
What do you want to pick?
Remind me, what have we got left?
Okay, we've
Snap.
got the Panic Room on the right. We have the Snap. We have the Acolyte. We have the Symbiote Spider-Man, and then that little post on, is it Marvel Avengers, which I presume are, I haven't really read it quite, but that little post on the middle left.
Oh, let's go for Snap.
Okay, Snap it is. Okay, so do I have really quickly? We have this. This is perfect. Yeah, it's lined up. All right. So if you're just joining us, there's 60 people watching live. Much appreciated. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Consider leaving a comment or becoming a channel member. If you're watching a replay, we appreciate you too. Please hit the like, subscribe if you're getting any sort of value from the content. It's your first time watching the show. This is the Snap game. I'm going to show you two pictures, and you have to decide which one is going to be Thanos snapped into oblivion, never to return. So, would you get rid of TIE fighters, or would you get rid of X-Wings? For the engineer, Ian, what are you thinking?
Oh, this is a good one, actually.
There's no right answer. There's literally no right answer.
Oh, man.
One eternity later.
No, I'll go X-Wing. I need to keep X-Wing, so snap the TIE fighter.
I'm with you, man. Like, you know how I feel about Top Gun, and one of the things I love about the F-14 Tomcat is the fact that the wings can move. I thought that was always cool, and I always thought the X-Wing in a way was, I don't know, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, just kind of influenced by that. But it had like attack position and neutral position. But I love the X-Wing, and I love the TIE fighter. But I gotta snap the TIE fighters. Dan, what are you thinking?
Yes, I mean the X-Wing is so iconic, and when I was a little kid, I had the, I had the Darth Vader TIE fighter. I never had the normal TIE fighter when I was a kid, but I had the, where you pushed the R2-D2 and the wings popped out, and
deadly.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to miss the TIE fighter sound because it's so iconic, but I love the X-Wing. It's just, something I grew up with, and it's still so cool. I mean, can you imagine having a 1/6 X-Wing?
Dan, that's controversial these days, talking about sound and fire in space.
Which leads us to the Acolyte.
We'll lead on to that in a minute. Yeah,
I have a theory on that though, but it's gone in.
We'll talk about that's another subject that's going to come up in a bit. But yeah, for me, X-Wing.
Cool. Jim?
Keep, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to say similar. The TIE Fighter, the sound is so iconic. So initially it gave me pause, but yeah, you got to snap the TIE Fighters and keep the X-Wing. Well, I do normally prefer the bad guys in films in a weird way. There's just something about them I find quite interesting. But yeah, I'm going to keep the X-Wing. It's just such an awesome design.
I always find that like people that have like a kind of a strong sense of right and wrong and tend to follow the rules always prefer the bad guys because they're kind of like maybe they're a bit like I'm so sick of all these rules, you know. Wouldn't it be nice to be a bad guy for a day? But yeah, I get that. Jose.
I'm gonna go with the panel. I'm getting rid of the TIE fighters, and I'll keep the X-wing.
Stuff and Eddie.
I could just say the X-wing just to not get a rise out of anybody, but because I like to, I'm gonna say that I could care less to keep either of these ships. I never really cared for ships in
What?
Star Wars,
Man.
and I never really understood why people were like so in love with them. Because I was like, they're ships. They're like, who cares? The characters are cooler. Like, who gives a
what's
shit?
going on?
But
Are you more of like a monsters, creatures type of guy?
not even monsters and creatures. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't care for the ships at all. I don't know what the thing is, but I'll go with the
what's
X-wing
left?
because it's the good guys, and I tend to lean towards the good guys, which is like, I wonder if
You're
it's
a bad
because
guy
I
most of the
don't
time.
follow the rules. Yeah, I don't follow the rules, so I tend to lean toward the good guys.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Solid logic. Okay, so we'll start with you, Eddie. Just to be clear, we're not. It's nothing to do with the movies. On the left, you've got the Mark III. On the right, you've got the Mark 7. There was a lot of talk about the Mark 7. If you had to snap one of them, which they're both fan favorites, both iconic, both had great screen time, both looked the part. They're similar. They're red, they're gold, they're chunky. It's not nanotech. Which one would you get rid of, Eddie?
Mark 7, easy, because the Mark 3 is my favorite suit of all time for Iron Man, and that's my favorite MCU movie. Yeah, so Mark 3 is like, that's probably my favorite scene in Iron Man. So yeah, I love the Mark 3 so much. I can't believe I missed that 2.0. I don't know what I was thinking, dude, but I didn't get it. And
Still
it's
get
sold
it,
out,
man.
so
Yeah,
I'll get it eventually.
Boba Fettuccini says this is blasphemy. He's definitely talking about the X-Wings and the TIE Fighters. I apologize, Boba. I apologize. What about yourself, Jose? Which one are you snapping?
Mark 3 is probably my favorite suit, so I'll keep Mark 3 and snap Mark 7.
Okay. Jim?
I feel like we're going quite unanimous, but yeah, I'm going to snap the 7 and keep the Mark III. It's just such a good film, and just the armor for me just looks more aesthetically pleasing.
Okay. Dan?
I am going to go the other way. I'm going to keep the Mark 7 because I love the Avengers.
Controversy. Yes.
I love the Avengers. I love the Mark 3. The Mark 6 is my favourite armor.
Mine too.
Yeah. So, but I love the original Iron Man, but I really like the Avengers. And when we talk about that later, about the new Marvel thing they've teased, that would be for me something.
You've
really
been saying
big
that for a while.
I know.
You've been saying the 2.0s of the 2012
of all the Avengers. Yeah. So if they
and
do
this
that,
could be the
then
year for it.
And then I'm back into Marvel if they do that properly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good stuff. And Ian?
Oh, Mark 7, this movie was a childhood dream. Avengers, bringing all these characters together. It was epic for me, but in terms of suit design, I'm Mark 3, so I have to snap Mark 7.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing, right? If I was going to war, I'd want the Mark 7. It's more advanced. I think it has more weaponry. My favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes in the MCU, I think Eddie might actually agree with me on this. That kind of first proper mission he goes to Gomera, Iron Man 1. I need the tank. What he's walking away from here. I'm gonna have to snap the Mark 7, but I appreciate it is more advanced. It'd be like if I was going to war, that's what I'd want. I just love the Mark 3, and it's from the one that started it all. Okay, Ian. I don't think I've done a very good job with these. We're all agreeing that's not what I want. I want to cause people a bit of like distress. If you had to snap one of these movies, what would it be, Ian?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. That
was the most Scottish you've ever sounded.
Fuck. Yeah.
Which one would you
X-Men.
get rid of?
You're gone. Logan's an awesome movie.
Dan?
Yeah, the same. Love Logan.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I'd have to snap Days of Future Past. I think Logan's a stronger movie. Jim?
Yeah, it's not even a question. I'm definitely snapping X-Men and keeping Logan. It's just my favourite comic book film. Just hands down.
Stuff, yeah. You know what? Daphne Keane, how she moves in that, amazing. Like it could have looked terrible, but it doesn't. It's really well done, and it's so vicious. It's so weird. I think she gets like a harpoon through her at one stage, and it's so weird seeing that amount of violence directed to a kid. So they really did like push the boundaries in that movie. But I just, yeah, great movie. Jose.
Oh man, I hate this one. They're both incredible. I love both of the movies. But I'm actually going to do a compelling argument that Boulevard Trask, the villain of Days of Future Past, is a better villain than the Richard E. Grant's character in Logan, which I think is a whatever's villain that gets killed off like nothing. X-24 is there, serves as a purpose, but he's not much other than the clone, right? So I'm going to make the compelling argument that Days of Future Past is Endgame before Endgame. So I'm going to snap Logan.
Okay. Wow. Eddie is not impressed. Edward,
We got to do something different, right? Got to be something different.
He had me until the Endgame comment. Then I was like, that's a stretch. Go ahead.
It was before Endgame, right? Endgame was able to build on what that movie did, but they brought both casts together.
Dude.
It brought the beginning of the X-Men
If
story
that's
with
clever.
the original cast.
It was clever. It was very clever.
You're gonna hate what I had to say then, because then in that argument I'd say Last Stand is Endgame, because they brought in like all kinds of superheroes into Last Stand, and
Didn't
they had
execute
Dark
it well,
Phoenix. Yeah.
The execution on Days of Future Past is really well done with bringing the old cast and the new cast and putting them all together into one cohesive storyline. So, I believe Boulevard Trask is a better villain than Richard E. Grant. I don't even remember his
That was
name.
Peter
but
Dinklage, wasn't it? Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Yeah,
I would argue the scene where he wakes up in 1973 is probably the best condition I've ever seen Hugh Jackman in the role.
Yeah,
He's pretty good. I think he's bigger in Origins. I think he's like bulkier in Origins, which
but he's
I
more
like.
cut in.
Yeah.
I could see that. What's interesting is when I went back and watched all of these a few months ago, and I started with just the first X-Men movie. He's not a small guy by any means, but my God, he is nothing compared to the Days of Future Past or the Origins or stuff like that. But
he looks like a normal dude in that one.
yeah, but that's the power of hard work and a load of steroids. But yeah, I'd imagine that wasn't all natural. Like, to be quite honest, like he's an absolute juggernaut. But who cares, man? He put in the work. He looks the business. But interesting to see what the physique will be like in this one, because what age is he?
He's 50 some.
50
years, I'd have thought.
Wow. Okay, so thanks for that, folks. Do appreciate that.
55.
Race.
There you
It's
go.
55. Wow, that is impressive. That is impressive. So right, we're gonna do this detonator giveaway. So it's very simple. You have to be a channel member. It's a duck race. So if you are an existing channel member, you're in the duck race. So I did say at the start, if someone wants to become a channel member, I'd add you to the duck race. No one has, so please don't add yourself in now. I'm pressing start and I'm going to share the screen. And right, so we get this going. Share this tab. And
Wait, so who did Eddie snap?
Oh, I thought I was gonna get away with not. Dude,
oh, sorry.
wrong
Thank
with
you, Jose.
What
Thank you,
is wrong
Jose.
with you, bro?
Sorry,
Had to
Eddie.
be
I'm sorry to cut
Jose.
you off, Eddie. I'm sorry to cut you off there. So
Come on,
who are you
Eddie.
going getting rid of then? Come on, Eddie.
Damn you. I would snap
Eddie.
Logan. I like
Wow.
Fox too much to
Wow.
to get rid of those. So. Wow. Yeah.
Why, thank you, Eddie.
I appreciate that, Jose. I do appreciate that.
Wow.
Okay, keeping him honest. Okay. So these are the 34 existing channel members. As usual, thank you very, very much. When I started this channel, I did not think I would get to 100 subs, not to mention actually people watching shows and supporting the channel in that way. So greatly appreciate it, and it's been a lot of fun. So these are the ducks. We go 1 minute, or will we do 2 hours? 2 hours? No, we'll just do 1 minute. 1 minute. Ready to go?
1 minute's pretty long for a race too.
Let's fucking go.
You have more members than I thought. That's a lot of members, bro.
There's some gifties.
Okay.
The gift of 5 there, so it's 29. But again, all appreciated.
I can see you there, and Ian. I can see you.
Look
Oh,
at
I,
through.
Philly.
I love
Look
to
at
come
that.
up behind
Ben.
the rear.
Look at
Let's
that.
Damn, I'm way back there.
Look at
You're
that
pacing
Agent
yourself.
Silver Fox.
Oh,
No, look, it's 1/6 scale gallery. This is looking good.
No,
He
it's
actually
not.
has one already. The reason I have one is
Oh,
because
yeah.
I picked one up for him. So I'd imagine if he wins it, he'll gift it to someone else or something.
Oh.
But you have to be in the
Fox,
chat though.
he's gone.
You have to be
Oh,
here
no,
to
he
get
hasn't.
it. You have to be a channel member and here to get it.
Hey,
dang,
me,
Ian's
me and
gonna
my
win.
bro
Agent Silver,
Brian
yeah.
won.
Yeah.
Me and my bro
Oh, I'll tell
Brian
you
won.
what.
Hey,
Oh,
no, I'm going to
Oh,
trip
no,
up at
he's
the
gone,
end.
he's
See?
gone. Oh, not Darren on the end. Look. Oh,
Darren.
wow.
Okay, so is Darren in the chat? We're going to give you 1 minute. If you're not here, we race again. Could be a long minute.
He's gonna be
I don't think he's in the
Collectors
chat.
Unite all over again.
I didn't see him in the chat earlier on.
No.
So I think we go again. No, I don't think he's here. So I think it's fair enough. We'll go again. So we'll keep going until a channel member is here.
Darren there at the bottom, looking good still. No.
Oh, look at Philly.
mm-hmm.
Figurecraft.
Silver Fox, he's still there.
Dang.
Loving it.
I'm always there.
Yeah. Looking forward to Friday, Ian. Big
Racing
game
for the
Friday.
weekend.
What's happening on Friday?
You know. Yeah, good luck to him. Right, here we go.
Oh, Austin.
What's going on?
Oh, here we go, Brian.
Rymon again.
Oh, Brian.
Silver Fox, look at this now coming through now.
I just want someone who's here to win it.
Oh no.
Oh.
Tragedy Tales. Did anyone see Tragedy Tales in the chat? I thought he was there.
I feel like he was
I
earlier.
remember.
I thought he was there. Tragedy Tales, if you were in the chat, please let us know.
Yeah, he's there.
Is he there?
Yeah, he's
in.
there. He's
Yeah.
there.
He's
I'm
there.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Tragedy Tales. I already sent him a War Machine Mark IV. Was that you, Tragedy Tales? He won like a member giveaway. Now, if he does, fair play. So I don't know.
What
Do you
do I
have any? You win an INART Joker detonator. I bet she doesn't have the INART Joker now.
That'd be funny.
But if he can still have it. I can just send it to him and he can, sell it or give it to someone he knows that. Yeah, he said he won
Wow,
the
it's a
Mark IV
lucky
War
man.
Machine and he loves it. So the Tragedy, that's yours. So like, just look, hit me up on Instagram, and I can send it to you. If you have the INART Joker, happy days. If not, maybe you can sell it or send it to someone that has it. Okay, I need to stop these ducks. Okay, turn that off. All right. Okay. We'll go
Oh, he
back
said
in.
he's saying that give it to someone else.
Oh man, do we have to do another duck race then? Like, we'll be here all night. Like,
Who came
That's what he
second?
said.
okay, Tragedy Tales. With your permission, can we just say the first channel member that types into the chat, "Can I have it, please?" gets it. So I'm waiting for Tragedy Tales to say that sounds good, and then as soon as he says that, if that sounds good, then the first channel member that I can
Dang.
see on my screen. Okay,
Say
so
go for it.
now
That's
the
the
first
same
channel
thing.
member I can see on my screen.
Oh, that
can I
was
have it,
Ryan
please?
Dean.
Ryan Dean. Okay,
Ryan Dean.
Ryan Dean.
Got it.
Hit me up on Instagram with your details and stuff like that, and I'll send you on that. Yeah.
Oh,
So Ryan just got in there. He's the first person to comment after Tragedy Tales. I appreciate that, and appreciate you letting someone else have it. Ryan Dean, you just message me, and I'll make sure you get that. Do it tonight though, because I won't be able to. I'll post this tomorrow. I'll be gone Wednesday, and you'll be waiting till August for it. So thanks very much to Ryan and Tragedy Tales. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, what do we want to talk about? All right, Eddie, do you want to choose, or has Eddie, have you chose yet?
No, I haven't chosen yet.
Okay. Is there anything else there you'd like to talk about?
I wouldn't like to talk about it, but I want to hear your guys' opinion, so I'll go with the Acolyte.
Okay.
All right, I'll start.
Someone. Okay.
I'll start by saying I haven't watched it, and I'm not
Okay.
gonna watch it. I don't care to, so that's why I just want to hear what you guys have to say as someone who hasn't watched it and who has his own predetermined thoughts about how it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't care. So, what do you guys think?
I'm gonna.
I thought it
I'm gonna
wasn't
start.
too
Is that
bad.
all right? I've
Dan, you're so
watched-
polite. Can I please start?
Yeah.
Of course you can, man. Just go for it.
Basically, I have watched it. Fell asleep nearly a couple of times. I need to watch it again. If I'm being honest, I wasn't blown away, but I don't think you can judge a show on two episodes at the moment. So I'm hoping
Fair point.
that it
Fair
could get
point.
better. I'm a bit disappointed the way that it's not. I wanted to see. It's 100 years before the Phantom Menace, isn't it? I think that's right. And I've not seen the world yet. Enough of it. You know, you saw a few scenes in Coruscant, but that could have been, you know, in the Clone Wars or something like that. I'd just like to see something a bit more. I don't know. It doesn't feel fast enough, and a lot of people have said it.
In
it
the
feels like
entire
a-
galaxy, you have two places: Tatooine, Coruscant.
Yeah. Yeah.
A few other
what I mean?
places,
Don't
but-
you? It just doesn't feel big enough yet. But again, I'll probably watch them again before Wednesday. Someone said that this episode there's something quite. It's quite a game changer on the third episode. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just a bit disappointed. And at the moment, nothing's even standing out for me to even buy a figure from this show at the moment. So I don't know what everyone else thinks. I'm just a little bit disappointed, but I wasn't watching it. You know, like I said, I fell asleep a couple of times. You know, drifting off. But at the moment, it's a 2-star for me. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's yeah. That's sort of my
2.5
next question.
actually. No, 2
Oh
stars.
my god.
No.
Leave that stuff to Ian. You know, Ian will have some sort of an algorithm equation that will churn out
I was waiting for
correct to
at the
5
moment
decimal
it's two.
places. Yeah,
But at the moment it's 2. But again, like I said, we can't judge it on 2 episodes. You know, yet. You know, let's give it give it a go, because I think Star Wars fans, we all like to moan, and I get it. You know, and people, you know, some people Star Wars is just the prequels. Some people Star Wars is just like the original trilogy. I'm pretty open-minded to a lot of Star Wars, and we've all said this in the past about, you know, I didn't mind other shows, but this, for me, is the worst start I've seen of all the TV shows. I thought Boba Fett was a better start than this. That's my opinion, if you know what I mean. I'm just not feeling it yet. But it doesn't say I'm not going to like it after 3 or 4 episodes.
Okay, Jim, do you want to weigh in?
Yeah, I kind of agree. To be fair with Dan, I'd say it was good, not great. I mean, it was a good start, a little bit slow. One thing I don't like, and I think we'll feel this more this week, is the length of the episodes. So obviously last week we had 2 episodes, so you can kind of watch them back to back. And what was that? Probably about 45, 50 minutes. So I think this week when you get, what is the runtime? Is it 24, 27 minutes?
I think the first one was a bit longer. I think it was maybe 30 minutes, and the second one was.
Short.
Yeah, they were short. Maybe 30 minutes each on average.
How many episodes are there total going to be?
I think it's 8.
8.
I think it's 8 episodes.
So, if you judge the story arc based off of like a movie story arc, you're a quarter in already.
Yeah.
And nothing's happened. Like, how long into a movie have you judged? You know?
Can I weigh in on that? Andor, they released 3 episodes, and I think they did that consciously because it was slow. Now, I know you haven't watched Andor, but at the end of the first episode of Andor, there's a really, really intense scene. I don't care if I spoil this. It's been out for 2 or 3 years, like whatever. And the dude shoots a guy in the face. And as soon as I saw that, I was sign me up, because it was intense. It was unexpected. And the situation was so well put together that it was like, that's his only option now, or he's going to be taken down. Like, and it was so well done. So that would be, I think Andor was 10 episodes, if memory serves me correct. So that was literally a tenth of the way in.
And they were longer as well, Shane, weren't they?
On board. I think it was 10.
They were longer.
But some of them I think were longer. Yeah, I don't think they were all this. I don't get why they're not all
for me,
the
Andor's
same
the
length,
best. Andor's been the best, apart from Mandalorian 1 and 2, season 1 and 2. Andor's been up there for me. The best show.
I think
with no
Andor
figures.
is the best writing, I think.
Yeah, I loved Andor.
Yeah, that monologue by Skarsgård was just brilliant.
Yeah,
monologues by
no
3
figures
people.
From it.
You have, is it Stellan Skarsgård? And then what's the dude who plays Gollum?
Andy Serkis.
Yes, and then there was the monologue by Andor's mother figure.
Yeah,
she actually swears.
Yeah,
like
she did.
Good old Auntie.
But like Eddie's point is, you're a quarter in now. Are you interested, Jim?
I am. I kind of want to see. I'm probably going to judge a lot of it based on what this next episode does. The first 2 episodes kind of solve a lot of the mysteries. I wasn't massively keen on the whole evil twin type plot, so I'm kind of glad they've kind of hopefully scrubbed most of that away and we can kind of advance. I'm a bit intrigued about the second Jedi Master and his kind of happenings, if you see what I mean. So I'm interested to know what that kind of issue he had relates to. Like, I feel like there might be a little bit more.
No, I get you. You're trying not to give away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're definitely not the end of Carrie-Anne Moss is definitely going to be in it again with flashbacks, because you can't have a character like that, an actress like that.
Should be.
Well, there's a movie called Executive Decision, which is a terrible movie. A terrible name for a movie. And I think it was it Kurt Russell or someone was one of the main guys in the bill. Big actor, killed in the first 5 minutes, and he was like on the poster, and it was like 2 of the biggest names, killed in the first 5 minutes, gone. So yeah, no, you're probably right. But question to the whole panel before we get everyone's take on what they've seen: do you think there is a cohort of Star Wars fans that are just waiting for this to come out so they can absolutely hate on it, whether it's good or not?
Yes.
I think that's a thing. I genuinely think that's a thing.
Insert Obi-Wan meme. Well, of course, I know him. He's me.
But Eddie, like
that's sad. That's quite sad for me to see that, because everyone loves different parts of Star Wars. A lot of people like this show. It's not just I mean, look at the critic scores. I mean, you can't go on that all the time because The Last Jedi, obviously, but there are people that like this show.
I'm very,
Okay, but
very,
Eddie,
very passionate about this subject that
Okay.
you've just brought up.
that's fine.
because-
That's why you're here. But let's say 3 people that you respected, and 3 people have recommended really good movies to you. Like, for example, not RoboCop, like Braveheart, right, or something. And let's say there was 3 people, and they all recommended.
James
Each of those
Bond.
3 friends you had recommended 3 absolute bangers to you, and you're like, I respect these guys' tastes, and they were raving about this show, and they weren't like diehard Star Wars fans that like just are blind loyalty to the franchise. Would you give it a chance?
Yeah.
So then
I
Eddie's
mean,
not one of those people then.
No, that's why I'm saying like I'm very passionate on this specific point, because I do think there is a big group of fans that will like review bomb and hate on this show. And I do think that exists in Star Wars fandom. I think that exists in all fandoms, that if they're going to do everything they can to make something fail. But I feel like Disney is hanging on that and trying to get people to go against those fans instead of actually holding Disney accountable for their writing and how they create projects. And they're just using that as a crutch to be like, oh, it's people, it's the fans, it's who we're putting this film out for that is the reason it's failing. And it's like, that is bullshit, and that's you just using a scapegoat so you can't actually create good things. Like, so that's
I
that's
would
my
agree on
point
that point. I take ownership for your failings. Take ownership for your successes.
Exactly.
Like if the writing is good and it's well executed, people will come back. Like for me, I walked out of, what was that number 9 called? Is it The Rise of Skywalker or something?
Yeah.
That's correct.
I'm not actually being funny. That is the only Star Wars movie I've ever seen once, and that was in the cinema, and I will never watch it again. I came out of that, and was I like upset, distraught, angry? No, it's a movie. Did it ruin the original trilogy for me? No. Did it ruin the character? Did The Last Jedi ruin the character Luke Skywalker for me? No. Did Terminator 3, 4, 5 ruin Terminator 1 and 2 for me? No. Did Alien 4, 5, 6, or even if you want to throw 3 in there, like 3 is not the worst thing I've ever seen, but did those movies ruin Alien 1 and 2? Absolutely not. I just disconnected for them. Someone took it in a direction. I didn't appreciate that. I wasn't angry about it. But like, I had checked out. I was like, nah, that's it. That's it. Star Wars, I'll appreciate the original trilogy. That was it. And then The Mandalorian came out of nowhere, and I was like, this is really good. And then like the Ahsoka episode in The Mandalorian, some of the best Star Wars content I've ever seen. The return of Luke in that fashion at the end of season 2 is like, this is incredible. And it was so great to watch. And I was like, there's still hope. And then they've got Andor. Like, but then they have Boba Fett. And they have the unnecessary. Like, there was no need for that spin to happen. Like, it was.
He wanted to look
I
cool,
understand.
Shane. He wanted to
He
look
did
cool.
not look cool, you know?
He
So-
wanted to. I said wanted to. That's a very
Yeah, yeah,
clear
but-
distinction.
Yeah, like, it's. Yeah, but. Ian, what do you think?
Gang.
The Vespas, yeah. There's like an ad for H&M.
Shane, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, that I love Star Wars, IP, DC, Marvel, but no, I don't love everything on the IP just because I love that IP and characters, whatever. So you've hit the nail on the head for me, in terms of you can isolate the segments that's there, if that's the right word. But you've got an approach that I relate to. In terms of the Acolyte, I don't want to give it a rating because it's one of these unusual ones, because we don't know this. It's 100 years before. It's not like Ahsoka. It's a little bit different. So there's unknowns. How's it going to play out? So there's a little thing. Oh, there's a few things that I'm like, I'm I'm not sure about that, but we don't know where the story's going. There's two, actually, like, Carrie-Anne Moss, I'm disappointed, like the majority of people. When it first came out, we talked about it. I was disappointed she got killed early doors. Quite like to see her character. Didn't like how she died, but you look at Master Saul and I look at May, they're the two standout characters in this show. I think they're really interesting, really like them. Let's see where it goes. There's a lot of things that I think there's a fault with, but I don't want to be critical of it, purely because I'm craving for a cinematic Star Wars experience. And everybody, you'll probably look at me, I've got grey hair, right? I'm just an OG guy. Rogue One is amazing, right? I want that Star Wars. That's what I really want now, and we're not getting it from the TV shows. And I now wonder, is Star Wars heading where Star Trek is, where the TV shows is diluting the IP a little bit? I've switched off from Star Trek a long time ago. I wouldn't watch it.
But then I hear, I'm not a Trekkie at all, but then I hear this Picard Season 3 is the greatest thing since sliced bread. So there's glimmers of hope. It's like nearly chalk or cheese there, apparently.
But I don't want to be, if Mafia's watching or Rob Meyer Burnett, wow, you've got one season in, what, years? They go, oh, that was okay. Nah, I'm checked out. It's like Doctor Who. I'm checked out big time. And that relates back to me. There's two characters in The Acolyte. There's things I like. Yord, that Jedi guy. I don't get him. He's like the most incompetent Jedi I've ever seen in my life. And
like the Jedi shouldn't be incompetent.
Yeah, and he's got no self-awareness. Don't think it's there. There's something not right. And then the Padawan, I think with Trevor, I spoke to him about
Daphne Keane?
Yeah, it seems like Doctor Who, Star Trek. It kind of takes me out a little bit, but I'm reserving judgment because it's 2 episodes in a story that's way before anything that we know. So I don't want to judge it just now. I'm enjoying it.
Just Ian, just sorry to cut you off there. Dan's got to run, and I just want to say thanks very much, Dan, for giving up some of your time on this
no worries.
And joining us. Appreciate that.
Have a lovely trip.
Thank you.
You'll still be online on the chat though.
We'll be in touch. Yeah. We'll be in touch. Yeah.
All right, mate. Take care, guys. See you later.
Hey, cheers, Dan.
Yeah, bye.
Sorry, Ian. Come on.
Oh, it's okay. So I can't remember what I said last, but for me, I'm reserving judgment. But you know, it's a TV show. My expectations are low. I just crave this cinematic Star Wars experience, and I think, like a lot of things, some TV streaming has diluted an IP. I really do think that. So,
like, put it this way: if you're not going to give a rate, and I get that because it's only 2 episodes into an 8-part show, but like, are you hyped? Are you hyped to see the 3rd episode?
No, I relatively enjoyed it. I'm not hyped at all. No, Shane, I'm not even hyped for Deadpool and Wolverine because I'm actually scared. If that
Don't
makes
live
sense.
in fear. Fear is the path to the dark side.
But I want to love it, but I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is going on after COVID? I'm like, expectations are low.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, no, I'm buzzing for the Deadpool thing because the first 2 movies are so good, and it's fun being hyped for something. I'm not going to neuter my expectations for Deadpool and Wolverine just for fear the movie might be bad. I'm going to be excited about it. If I'm disappointed, I'm disappointed. But like, I get what you're saying. Yeah, so you're not excited about the 3rd episode then. Jose, can I get your take on The Acolyte season 1 and 2?
So I'm like Eddie. I have not seen it, and it was mainly because I was kind of waiting to see like multiple people to tell me like, go check it out, go check it out, go check it out. And since I've kind of heard what you guys were saying and other few people, I was like, maybe I'll just wait for a few more episodes to come out and then I'll try to watch it. So I have not caught it yet.
Yeah. So like,
do we think it'd be better if they came out all in one, like all the episodes, kind of like how Netflix used to do it? Because for me, I think I'd rather watch it in that respect, because I feel like you then get the better idea. Whereas if you get these small chunks, a week to think about it and kind of digest that chunk, then I think it kind of ruins the impact a little bit and kills the momentum slightly.
You know what? I'm going to disagree with you, because my favorite TV show was Breaking Bad, and especially those last like 2 seasons of it, I was watching it as they were releasing them, and they were releasing them week to week, and it was so good. It was so exciting, because you'd watch it, you go into work, did you see it, did you talk about it, you'd rewatch it, you pick up other little parts, and the hype was real, because the standard of the show was like, okay, this is, we're comparing apples and oranges here, obviously, like, but you know, Breaking Bad is so, but that's personal preference. I get it. Like, some people want to just like binge it, and I get that. But I think if the show is so good, yeah, exactly. So I watched it. I saw episode 1 and 2 because I'm a member of the 501st Ireland. You know, people who have like armors, screen accurate armors from Star Wars and go on troops and stuff like that. And so safe to say I'm a Star Wars fan. We got invited, the kind of Irish garrison, to watch an early screening a week before it dropped on Disney Plus in a cinema in Ireland called the Lighthouse Cinema in Dublin. Really, really cool cinema. Got to see it for free. It was really, really nice. Got to see all the people in 501st. That was great. But no, I wasn't really just judging it. Again, the show is not finished, but from what I saw, I would rank it 2 stars out of 5. Wasn't the worst thing I ever saw, but I would not recommend it. The way I see it at the moment is I would recommend The Mandalorian to a Star Wars fan, but also to a non-Star Wars fan. As in, I think Collector Joey, his first exposure to Star Wars was The Mandalorian. I think that's what got him into it. I could be wrong on that, but I would genuinely go, yeah, look, I recommend this to a Star Wars fan or a non-Star Wars fan. But The Acolyte, I wouldn't recommend to anyone. Star Wars or non-Star Wars fan. It didn't captivate me. It didn't particularly entertain me. I wasn't passionate about it. I thought like some of the characters were like, okay, obviously one of the Jedis made a very questionable choice, and you'll have people saying, well, it's not for you, you're 40, it's for kids. Well, if it's for kids, they probably shouldn't have put that scene in it, to be quite honest. Let's be brutally honest. Now, if you watch the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. And thanks, thank you, Joey, I do appreciate that. So, was it the worst thing I ever saw? No, I went in with an open mind. I really lowered my expectations, thinking, okay, I'll take what's from here, but it just didn't grab me. It didn't captivate me. It didn't excite me. It didn't instill the same passion that, say, when I watched the first episode of Mandalorian, I thought I had this character pegged. I thought it was like, this guy is the cold-blooded killer. You know, you give him money, he'll track the person down, and then he sees little baby Grogu with his cute little face, and suddenly there's this bit of empathy, and he didn't feel right killing this thing. And okay, now this guy has a bit of depth. We don't know what he looks like, but there's a bit of depth. He's a cold-blooded killer. He's very, very skillful with his hand-to-hand combat and his knife and his rifle, and he's a skilled pilot, but he's got a bit more layers going on now. With the whole Star Wars loyalty thing, if you have a friend and they're a really, really good friend, and maybe their qualities are loyalty, or they've been with you, say, for the longest time, or they've helped you during a tough time, and you give kudos to that. That's like the original trilogy, Rogue One, Andor, in my opinion. Is it not okay if a friend goes to a bad stage and screws you over? Do you go, dude, that's not alright? Or do you have blind loyalty? Do you see what I'm saying? It's okay to go, this is Star Wars, this is good, I'm not gone on this. In the same way that if you have a mate, or you have like your team that you support, it's like, okay, they won the series here, that's great, that was excellent, but here they made some questionable choices. That's okay to provide constructive criticism. That's not toxic, that's not hateful, that's just voicing an opinion. So normally I'd say I'm going to watch it in its entirety, But realistically, I'm going to spend my time snowboarding and I won't care about the Acolyte. Whereas if I liked the first 2 episodes over there during downtime, I'd make a point of watching a thing. So that's where I'm at with that.
They're not going to stop making Star Wars. And they're not going to stop making Marvel. And they're not going to stop making DC. Like, look how
I don't want
terrible...
them to, because every now and then they have a hit.
I know, but that's what I'm saying to that last point that you made, where it's like die-hard fans will continue to watch it and they'll find something to enjoy for it. Like, that whole argument is like, I'll find something to enjoy. I don't need to hate on everything. Is like, okay, there are fans that are hating on it for maybe bad reasons, but that doesn't change the fact that it sucks. And and if we all were uniform and said why it sucks, like, I shouldn't have to find something to enjoy. That doesn't make any sense. It's like when you go to a restaurant, you order a bad meal, and I'm just supposed to sit there and figure out, okay, they've cooked this food shitty. Now I have to find something to enjoy about it because I paid for it.
I get you.
That logic is so dumb to me. And they're in that opinion, you're saying we're not gonna get it if we don't enjoy it. No, they need money. This Marvel changed cinematic and film, the whole outlying structure of everything. That's what's popular now. So they're not gonna stop making these things. They're gonna find a way to make it better so we can give them money again. So it doesn't make any sense to me why they're like, why do I have to find something to enjoy? They're supposed to tailor it to us. It doesn't make any sense.
Question for you. Sorry, just Ian. I'll let you go next. I just want to ask Ian Eddie a question. I presume you love the original trilogy, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, what they did with Luke Skywalker saying the sequels, did that ruin the original trilogy for you, or you were just like, that's someone else's interpretation, I'm just disconnecting that?
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
nothing. I mean, when you lose Han, that pissed me off. But it doesn't ever ruin the franchise for me. It just ruins the franchise for me going forward. You know.
But if they release something you really like, wouldn't you be able to compartmentalize? Yeah.
So because Mandalorian came out after that, and we all sat down for that.
Exactly. So. And like I just resigned myself that okay, the Star Wars I enjoy, they're not making Star Wars for me anymore, and that's okay. And I'll just take the bits I like, you know. But even X-Men Supreme here, it is one of the severest tests of friendship to tell your friends his faults. Yeah. And like at the same time, and again, I'm kind of like, I'm obviously using an analogy of a friendship here because, you know, none of us are perfect. And the idea is that like you will go through ebbs and flows and stuff like that. And if, say, you have an argument with your friend or whatever like that, and you patch it up and makes the relationship stronger, in the same way that like if Disney, say, listened to the genuine concerns of fans and genuine constructive criticism and actually took it on board and went with that, maybe they'd produce better TV shows. Or is that just too much of a pipe dream?
I think it is a pipe dream, but I agree with you.
I appreciate you not telling me what I want to hear. Okay. Ian, sorry, you were about to make a point there. Sorry, Ian.
No, just in terms of, I think majority of us are OG. I look at Rogue One. It's my top, in fact, it's my third favourite Star Wars movie, and that's post OG. So I'm Empire, I'm New Hope or Star Wars, and Rogue One. Love it. That's what I want. So it's not like I don't want people thinking, oh, here's OG guys thinking that's all it's at. I love Mando 1 and 2 like you. But I'm like you as well. I can cut off what I like and what I don't like. I can separate.
We've had to because
that.
You probably watched. I know you're a big Keaton fan, and I know you're a big Burton fan, and I know you're a major Michelle Pfeiffer fan. Moving onwards, but you would have watched when I was a kid. This is such a granddad thing to say. When I was your age, when I was a kid, and I watched that third Batman Forever, and I know I'm not taking a dig at you, Eddie. I'm not taking a dig at you. I know you love that movie. I get it. But I was kind of, even as a kid, I was like, where's the other guy gone? You know what I mean? And it was kind of like, so I compartmentalized then, and I had to do that with some of my favorite franchises. The Matrix is just the first movie. The Terminators 1 and 2, Aliens is 1 and 2. You know, it's I can appreciate 3, but it's not the same. So we've had to compartmentalize to just get on with it. But I think maybe some people just don't or something. But sorry, Ian, I cut you off again. I'm gonna stop.
No, I agree. I think it's not. I'm not a binary type of person, because there's a grey area, right? It's not ones and zeros, right? There's a play here, and you can switch off. So I don't get this. And that's why we've got these Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans that hate each other. Some folks that are like that because they're so shut off. I kind of work between that spectrum. So what's good is good, and you know that's where I play. But I'm deeply worried with streaming overall. Here's my play. I think it filled a gap because of COVID and all this stuff, and I just wish we can get back to the cinematic experience of the big movies, because I think we dilute the production, the writing, without diluting the cost that's put in, because we're putting in these writers, and the cost that's there is like shocking.
Apparently this was extremely expensive, this Acolyte show.
And how embarrassing is that?
Yeah.
Right? So how embarrassing is that? So, and I don't mean that in a hate-filled way. I don't mean that in any way like negative, but you can make things so much more efficiently than these type of shows. I'm biting my lip here a little bit. There's movies. Look at Rogue One. You look at certain things in terms of what you generate, your profit. So that's where I'm at.
So I'm going to address a few comments here. Honestly, there's a ton of good criticisms of Star Wars and Marvel of late. Lol, at least no one's hating on Star Wars having characters with dreads, but except that one guy. I don't know the context there on that one, but maybe you'll hit me up on Instagram or something. I don't get the context in that one, but I have heard like people saying that, you know, it doesn't look like Star Wars, and then when you peel back the layers, it's a bit more. There's something a bit more sinister there, which I'm not going to get into, like, because I think that's whatever. But maybe that's what he's referring to. I'm not sure. Mike, yeah, that was a jarring transition for Keaton. I thought it was a little bit jarring, alright, but look, that's just the way it is. And again, some people loved Forever and loved Batman and Robin. I think Eddie's a big fan of both of those movies. They're kind of, I suppose you were the right age at the right time and stuff, Eddie. Would that be fair to say? Or?
Yeah, and I think there was more to do with it than that. Like, my mom liked them, so we just enjoyed them more, had them on more, loved them more. Like, and we weren't the same age at the time, me and you, but like we're close in age, and like that's a good point for people that argue like it's for kids now. Some kids will love it or hate it either way, you know. A lot of it has to do with how the people they look up to feel about it. And like I said, my mom loved it, so like if I'm with my dad or somebody as a kid and my dad doesn't love it, why the hell am I gonna love it? I want to be my dad. I want to be my older brother. I want to be whoever is the person you look up to in your life. You're gonna end up enjoying what they enjoy. So
that's a great point.
Yeah,
that's a great point. And I remember hearing this phrase before. It's like, you don't remember what people say to you, but you remember how people made you feel. So if someone like is really kind to you when you're a kid, or just, you know, I know, maybe nice presents, or maybe took you to the park or whatever, just nice to you, you're like, or made you laugh, whatever, you'll always remember that. You might remember exactly what was said, like, but you get that. I think movies are kind of like that as well. You might remember the script or the scenes word for word, but you remember how they made you feel. I think that's important. Randall has a fantastic point there as well. There's some great stuff in that. Randall's a bit of a music guru, and so is his friend Costa, I believe. Yeah, so look, yeah, good chat, folks. So we will take a look. I just want to really quickly, we've one or two topics left, but just want to go through some upcoming videos. So yeah, I'm going to do a review on this. I was kind of like, should I? But I was like, look, I may as well get it done anyway while I was in review mode. So that'll be done. That'll be quick and to the point. Review on this one as well, which is I'm a lot more enthusiastic and excited about. And of course, I think this one's already up on the channel, yeah, which is obviously, look, spoiler alert, absolutely love it. So let's see if we can see those last few topics there. Okay, what's left? Jim, do you want to pick what we got left? Is we got the panic room, the Iron Man Mark 7 panic room, the one on top right, or we got the symbiote on the right there as well. Which one would you prefer to talk about first?
Let's go for the symbiote Spider-Man.
Symbiote it is. So we are going to take a look at the symbiote. So this is from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game, would that be correct?
I think so.
Anyone
That's
hyped
correct.
for this? Anyone got this inbound?
No.
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 Quick conversation, guys.
I like it a lot, especially for the callback to the the comic, this Secret Wars #8, with the iconic cover. I don't know, you guys have probably all seen it, right? With Spidey when he gets that symbiote suit, it's the front page of the cover. So that's most likely why I would want it, not necessarily for the game because I've never played the game. But I don't know. I have too many things on order that to kind of divert from what I already have. Like, I feel like it's too much. So
Sometimes earlier on you mentioned you hadn't got stuff in a while, and I actually welcome those weeks and months when you Hot Toys teases that, I know sometimes it's annual. Now they've done it for the last 2 quarters, that coming soon image, and I'm like, yes, I'm safe. There's like 2 things on this. Whereas if you were watching that and there's like 8 things or 6 things, you're like, I'm in trouble. So like when it comes to the any computer game line, because I'm not a gamer, I'm safe, even though, God, some of these, but I think this looks incredible. Just how the blood red of that mask contrasting with the symbiote going over looks really, really good. I am a big fan of how this looks. I can see why people are hyped for this. And Brandon Salad cannot wait to get it, and he's going to do some amazing photography with him because the man is gifted. Yeah, anyone want to chime in on this? I've said my piece.
Shane, see, when this was revealed, I was like, yeah, I think I'll get this. But a year down the line, you look at your collection where it is. I've got so many Spider-Man, and I'm like, it looks cool, but I think I'm not sure. I think I'll pass on it, but it looks great, but I don't think for me now.
Cool. No one's getting this. We can move on. Anyone have something they really want to see or say? Grant. Okay, so now this is one that everyone's hyped for. Because, think about it now. Which was the most iconic suit-up scene? Was it the Iron Man 1 suit-up with the heavy metal riff when the gantry was actually putting the whole suit on him? That first time you saw him suit up and that kind of mechanical arms suiting him up, and it was really, really tech. Or the advanced version of Avengers when it was suit up where he kind of walk down, and as he walked, like now he can move and doesn't have to stay in the same place? Or was it when the back of the helicopter in Civil War when he came back and he suited up? Or was it the nanotech? Or was it when he was thrown out of Stark Tower in Avengers 2012 and the pod flew down and caught him? Or was it when he had a panic attack and stepped into this? You be the judge, folks. You be the judge. Anyone have any interest in this?
I kind of do. I want to...
Sorry,
but it's not for the scene or anything. It's because it would look good as an Iron Man, like his workshop. It would look good in the workshop scene, and I like anything that adds to that because I think that's my ultimate display for Tony Stark is to have like some of the more iconic suits, and then just a bunch of stuff you could throw in to fill it out, give it character, and that's what I like about it. So
Like this.
yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
I have that
like
too.
I'm joking, but that's literally half an Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think for the person who's building Tony's workshop and has the mech test Tony, the construction version, I know some sort of maybe a custom of the. I'm not sure if they ever released that workshop version when he was kind of like making the Mark One. Not sure. If
That would be a good one. I don't know why they haven't done that.
I don't think they haven't done that. Yeah, that's surely that's incoming. I think this is good for the diehard Iron Man fan who has the Hall of Armor and they're all lit up. But they should have given you the Tony Stark with this. Because I think it was Jose. Was it Jose pointed out that... Someone pointed it out to me that in the promotional images for this, there is a Tony Stark. And it's the clothing he was wearing in that scene in Iron Man 3. When he, kind of has a panic attack, he goes out, gets into it, and it checks his vitals and stuff like that. But there is actually... I'll see if I can find that. Are you going to pick it up, Eddie, or...
I have it on wait list. I missed the pre-order. I'll get it from somewhere. I don't have it on order though.
Let's see if I can actually. I wanted to see if I can bring this up, so we can take a look at that just quickly and see. Can I find it? What about yourself, Ian? I presume it's a no from you, is it?
Yeah, no. This is plastic, right? So, when I saw
what's behind me is plastic.
Yeah, I know about Iron Man. So, hey, listen.
There you go.
It says diecast.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It says diecast.
Okay. Oh no, it does. It's right. Yeah, it says diecast on the bottom right.
Listen, when Sideshow showed this figure, I'll be honest, that looks great. If you're going to get this, I like that, but it's not my kind of Iron Man. So, but this could, if somebody was to persuade me, it'd be this. But it looked flimsy, so if you saw the Sideshow video, I didn't like it. It took me out. Sorry, guys, but it's not for me. I don't want an Iron Man to be my display looking in the back. I don't know. I'm trying to be positive here, but I can't.
No, it's not for you. It's not for you. Grant. I
Not
think
for me.
those pages that you come across on Instagram with the diehard collectors who collect only Iron Man, or they have their workshops and stuff like that, they're going to do some really cool stuff with this. I think it would sell better if they had included this Tony Stark though. So, but it still wouldn't be for me. Yeah.
Also,
I think it's the
be
completion
negative
stuff.
sometimes, Ian. I want to hear it. I want to
Embrace
laugh.
the dark side.
please-
He,
Oh,
he
you-
wants
you-
Ian to just lose it, like.
Please
Listen,
let me get
Yeah.
the true thoughts.
Hey, listen, dude. We done a marathon hour or marathon 6 hours on LWO. That was the truth bomb. Can't do that again. Right.
You can't let the truth slip out ever again.
Yeah. I think Eddie's liver still hasn't forgiven him.
Yeah, dude, I haven't got drunk since then. So
Yeah,
I don't even think I can.
That's not a bad thing, man. That's not. A
to
bad
be
thing.
honest, this whole weekend it was my girlfriend's friend's birthday, so we were drinking in the desert literally from like noon till night each day. I couldn't even get a buzz, and I was like, you know what, Ian ruined me. I've lost it all now. I'll never be able to get drunk again, I don't think.
Yeah. There you go. It's like remember when Cap's depressed and you see, I think Bucky's dying and he's tucking into the whiskey, but just no effect or whatever. Guys, yeah, look, obviously thanks to the panel for giving up your time, not just the four men here. Great to see Jim on for the first time, hopefully not the last time. And of course, shout out to who else joined us? There was 3 other people. There was Dan, and there
Mike,
was
and
Mike
Marco.
and Marco as well. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. And thanks very much to anyone who's watching live. The 52 people still watching live. Massive thanks to anyone watching on the replay. Shout out to all subscribers. If you're getting any sort of value, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Consider becoming a channel membership. I am going to try to make a bunch of videos. There's going to be my minimum target is 9, because I'm going for 9 weeks and I'd like at least one video. There will be shorts, obviously, but I'm not counting them. I mean real videos. I'm going to finish the 3 reviews I'm working on, and then 9 additional. So minimum is actually 12. I'd like to get 18 though, but that might be a bit ambitious in a few hours. But so look, I will see you in August, and I'm sure these guys will be popping up on different streams anyway. And thank you very much for the ongoing support. Does anyone have anything they want to plug or promote?
Shane, yes,
Yep.
not for me, because there's been several people in the chat talking about this t-shirt. Can I?
Talking heads.
So, stop making sense. This is a film. This
That is the
is
correct
a film. It's
pronunciation.
not.
Yep.
It is a film. It's not a music video. This is awesome. So, Stop Making Sense is iconic. If anybody wants to see it, please go see this. Apart from David Byrne being Scottish, he documented so many things in this. See this thing, it's like a journal. Awesome. And it's the opposite of what I do in life. I don't document anything. So, and music,
Apart from the
artistic,
hours you spent talking to me about 6-scale collectibles on YouTube. There's that.
honestly, this, I can't recommend it enough. This is, Ryan, you're welcome. This really is top drawer. I'm blown away. I never got to see this. Obviously, I'm not that old. Some people think I'm old, but I'm not. But
22.
This is awesome. Music, art. Oh, it blew me away. Awesome. I saw it in the theatre 40-year anniversary last year, and then I got this from America today. So
Good
super
stuff. So it's about the band Talking Heads. Is it by the lead singer? Or?
So David Byrne is lead singer. Grew up about 40 miles from where I grew up. So yeah,
Good stuff.
love it. Honestly,
Excellent stuff.
That's.
What about
Shane,
yourself? Sorry,
sorry, I'm
No, no.
disappointed you didn't have
Alright.
pick a movie or that. I had quite a few.
Well, go on, give us a quick one there.
In fact, I will. Here's one. Right, hold on. I've been sitting. Fucker.
No reason.
Right.
That was startling.
Whatever happened to Mary Jane, 1962? If you want a proper psychological thriller, it's black and white. It's beautiful. It's sharp. It's detailed. Betty Davis, Joan Crawford. Watch it. I can't. In fact, here it is. 1962 movie. Go check Rotten Tomatoes score, and you'll see what it's like.
So where is Mary Jane? Is that what it's called?
What happened? Oh Christ! I'm losing the plot here. Whatever happened to Baby Jane? So
Okay, whatever
it's
happened to
two
Baby Jane.
two sisters that's in Hollywood, and there's a thing. It is awesome.
1962. We will check it out. Jose, what about yourself? Anything to plug there? Jim?
No, not really. Trying to get some videos out. CCFL, I'd like to have a review hopefully this week, although I've been putting that off for 2 weeks now.
What's your channel called, Jim? Sorry, what's your channel called? So people can
it's just-
sub.
Yeah, it's
So
Jim
Jim
Collector.
Collectors or space?
No space. It's literally just Jim Collector.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give Jim Collector a sub, folks.
Yeah, thank you.
And you've got a video on what, CCFL and what else?
CCFLs. I mainly do unboxings, but I'm slowing down my purchasing, so I'm going to have to start thinking of some actual original content pretty soon.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Been there, man. Been there.
It's tough.
And what about yourself, Eddie? Thanks for joining us on episode 50. It's great.
Yeah.
When you turn,
Thanks for having me, man. Glad I
Always,
can
man.
make it
Open
before
invite.
you go out.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man. It's always good to have you on the show.
I got the usual. Just Tuesdays CW and Friday I should be on LWO this week. I don't know what channel it's on. I never know what channel it's on. I'm sorry. But
I don't think
I'll
you
probably
even
be
know.
there.
It's kind of like the day before thing, no?
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty much. So
good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, that's us, folks. Next Hope Show will be sometime in August. Look, there will be content scheduled over the next 9 weeks, so the channel will still be active. I don't anticipate I will do any sort of live stream, but yeah, you never know. Might take a day off and see what we can do. But yeah, more than likely, next Hope Show will be in August. Thanks very much, and yeah, that's us out of here. So good luck. See you.